start recording here.
Whoopee.
Okay, so last time, we can tell us what happened last time. Don't everybody answer at once.
Last time, people tried to frame us on the news. There's a big news story about the last job we botched and the factory blowing up, and our squad's name was used, and our squad's name was used by Dark Knight, who hijacked a cartoon show for some propaganda and mentioned our squad by name, saying that we were disgruntled due to us losing Rauka the mission before last. So naturally, we all freaked out a little bit. Met at Stumpy's bar, which was closed down in a hurry. So once we all met up there, we decided what we were going to do with our lives, and then Internal Affairs basically texted all of us, including me, who took his batteries out of his phone. That was creepy. We went to their office. We told them the truth. SLA is not stupid. They're not just going to kill every squad that has bad news about them. They weigh the risks and make some number crunches. But our squad was not allowed to do BPNs for a bit. So we decided to go downtown and check with a prop. Oh, wow, was memory. Beforehand, the reporter lady, Clarissa Funch, from our first mission, got a hold of us saying she could help us. We met up with her, and we agreed to have her document us the whole time, so she's following us around the whole time with the camera, in exchange for one of her contacts who might know about the bomber who's framing us. So she's following us around now. We follow up with her contact. Her contact was explosive specialist who wanted us to kill another famous prop. We met up with that prop. It was a carry-on ex-SLA agent who explained that she was ex-Dark Knight, and basically we had a better chance of getting our information by cornering her and intimidating her than killing him. So we did that. She was about to blow herself up. We decided to keep pressuring her anyway. She decided not to blow herself up over this and explained to us that all she knows is that the guy is a SLA operative.
Okay. Anyone else have anything else to add?
Mega Bones.
Mega Bones.
Let someone else do it.
Okay, yes, Megabones. Megabones was the name of the operative that was a former, or of the prop that was a former SLA operative. And Bomb Angel was the name of the prop that was former Dark Knight. And everything else matches up. So, following the conclusion of this, you got the information that you were looking for. You chose to not take Bomb Girl out and claim the Hunter sheet. So, what are you going to do now?
Oh, we need some money.
We need to start doing Hunter sheets or come up with a pyramid scheme.
I mean, I could probably organize a pyramid scheme, but I think Hunter sheets would be quicker return on investment.
They're called multi-level marketing campaigns, guys, and they're really, really great. As a matter of fact, if I could get all of you to sign up for the one that I have heard about, I think we could all really do some great stuff. And then all you guys need to do is just get a few more people enrolled. Those great bonuses. Anyways, so
Gang sells Herbalife.
Mary Kay based squad.
Those of you listening, do not sign up for fucking Herbalife, please.
Just there's plenty of information out there to spot an MLM and like to not fall for it. For those of you watching, do yourself a favor, do your research, learn how to spot MLMs and not get fucked.
No one's become a millionaire by signing up for something that one of their friends from high school sent them a link to on Facebook.
Uh-huh. Oh, hey, I haven't heard from you in forever. I hope you're doing well. By the way, you want to get in on this business that I'm doing? Like, oh, I thought you cared about me for a second. Oh, guess not.
They do. They want you to make money.
They're looking out for your financial well-being.
They want you to make
Yeah,
$30,000 a week at home, being your own boss.
Yes.
Are you a boss bitch or not?
Yes, that's one of my favorite songs.
Harry, you sound like you're a
OTEP.
recovering multi-level
OTEP, Boss
marketer.
Bitch is a great song.
Sorry.
Great song, Boss.
So if you guys take nothing else away from this session, don't fall for MLMs and get fucked.
I don't know how we got down this rabbit hole. This is my fault. All right. So, are you, when you're kind of discussing your plans, are you grouped together? Are you just communicating through like messages? Like, what are all of you doing in this time where you're still kind of laying low figuratively?
I think Click is laying low, literally.
He is buried underground.
Just to be safe. You know, he knows. How
I'm currently laying low in the dumpster room that Click can't bring himself to lay low in. There's just a sniper nest in a dump somewhere.
Just little piece carved out of the side of the dumpster, little platform for a rifle to stick through. So you're separate then? You're not together currently?
Yeah, probably doing this all over text.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so go ahead and continue to discuss your plans.
So yeah, we need to make some money before Shrek gets his rat repossessed or whatever.
I think for Shrek's internet just got cut off because we lost his
because
video
he's not
feed.
paying his bills.
Yeah, that's right. I think so. Fuck.
Damn.
Someone go buy him a phone card so we can get back in on this
no.
check shit.
Sabrina, you're the game master now. Start running.
You're the captain now.
Oh,
Because whenever somebody's video
okay.
goes out, it
with
switches
my 10
around.
minutes of prep time.
I mean, technically less than that. I
prepared
think
a whole game.
you're basically just
minutes.
acting in real time presently. We'll wait for. I think Simon's coming back in. Yeah, he should be reconnecting shortly. But yeah, for Shrek getting the internet cut off on him. See if he's
Not great.
back. Not great at all. Hey, he's coming back.
I mean,
It's cool. Okay, I just
it would
topped
be
off for
great if you did
Shrek's.
that on purpose to prove a point.
I just topped off for Shrek's account balance for his phone, so we should be good.
All right.
Okay, so yeah,
It's a team player right there.
I had to steal someone's phone to get back on the call.
All right. So go ahead and continue discussions now that we have for Shrek back.
So we need, contract sheets, hunter sheets. Probably the easiest way to make some money while we try to figure out what we're doing next. We can't just go in guns blazing again.
Yeah,
No,
that doesn't work out very well when you tried to do that. So.
we need to do some sheets, build up our arsenal. I need to get me fixes. Otherwise, I'm gonna be fucking useless.
We
I
can
got
go
three.
get a bomb angel.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Oh, we can go after her. Aye. Now, hunter sheets. How do they pay out? Is it that much each, like BPN,
No.
or is it that much?
That is the total. Because it's most of the time one person. It is just that is a bounty for them. So depending on how you want to split it, it'll go into one person will claim the sheet. that will be, distributed however that person sees fit. And then, whether it's one person or 50 people, that's up to them. They don't care, as long as the person gets either brought in or killed, then they're fine with it. So it's not per person, it is total.
Okay, so yeah, getting kicked off the BPM board sucks.
Yep.
I mean, we could go after her. 500, that's good enough.
Look and see what's out there.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
check the board.
All right. So you send someone over. There's probably some sort of digital way that you can look them up. In going through the current available hunter sheets that fit roughly what the profile of your group, you kind of, there's like a matching system of like, enter in how many people, the skill set / packages, things along those lines. And there's
What are you looking for in your hunter sheet? Are you a smoker? How far away are you? Height and weight. Education. Do you have any pictures you want to put on your profile?
Are you an introvert or an extrovert? All right. So the first one that pops up is this one.
Which Harry Potter house are you?
That is blurry.
Can you zoom in and see it any better? If you're having trouble, I
Yeah.
can read it off for you or whatever. But if you zoom in, you should be able to
I'm trying to.
see pretty clearly.
Um,
So it'd be a little tiny sheet, and then if you hover over it and click on it, it'll pop up a bigger. It'll zoom in on everything. It should be pretty legible.
Yeah. I'm not able to zoom in any further.
Really? If you
Yeah.
if you hover on it over the notes, it doesn't give you a magnifying
I'm
glass
looking at
option.
my
It does, but
computer.
it's still barely readable. Like,
What?
I'm squinting, and my
Really?
nose is almost touching my screen.
That is what the hell
I can
resolution
read it.
are you people working on?
I could read it.
You can read it, okay.
I'm using a I'm
I
using
can
a
read it.
5-year-old laptop, so
Okay.
I'm waiting to upgrade.
Also, for you, let me see. I would say no, you can't even zoom in on it on your browser because it doesn't zoom in that in any further. But Reggie, if you want to read it over and provide the group with a
The only way I
synopsis.
can zoom in is because I have a touch screen.
Okay. Well, if you want to go ahead and
Yeah.
provide a synopsis of it.
So, the name is Nouveau. It's an Eben scientist. They're a serial murderer. Human resources, dark limit. Okay. Bounty is 50 credits dead, 1,000 credits alive. plus
500 dead.
Bonus,
1,000 lives.
depending on artwork recovered. Okay. A year ago, new serial.
Could be
It's a
interesting.
serial killer who, like, artistically
Yeah. So,
displays their remains of the person they kill.
yes, and they are a former Dark Lament employee. So they work the Eben division of SLA Industries, but since in recent times, in recent months, weeks, there's been kind of a significant change in her appearance and her demeanor, and as a result, and coming along with that is these appearance of 6 twisted bodies, all male humans, displayed in prominent places, and they've essentially been fused to science friction material in weird art installations, essentially. And as a result, this bounty has been taken out on Nouveau to be either returned dead or alive, to back to SLA Industries.
Now, I'm no psychologist, but she sounds like an angry cunt.
Wow. All right. So the second one that you see, and I'll I'll summarize that too for everybody. And the second one that all of you see is this one.
Creepin' Jenny.
Yeah. So this one, Creepin' Jenny, crimes are kidnapping and murder. Department contacts the Department of Extermination. Bounty on this one is 2,000 credits. And essentially, there have been about a dozen families in downtown Sector 8-204 that have reported missing children between the ages of 5 and 10. These children were all reported as being taken from their homes in the middle of the night, and all of the children so far have turned up dead in sewers within 3 blocks of their home a week later, their bodies having rapidly decomposed. The motives of the killer are unknown, as are their appearance and the number of perpetrators. It's possible that there is skin trade involvement, but the pattern doesn't quite match up with their usual methods. Still, any leads you may find in regards to the skin trade should be considered. The danger profile of the suspect is unknown, but the bounty has specified that the target be killed and not brought in alive. And then next section, criminal profile. The descriptions and details of the target are unknown, as there have been no known survivors to contact them. Further investigation in the prior operating area may bring up additional information that would be useful in the investigation. The last known location, the target seems to operate exclusively in the 8-204 sector area, taking children from various apartment blocks in the sector. There have been missing children reports that were initially tied to this case in Sector 6-214 and 5-801, but the eventual outcomes of the case do not match the pattern of the target, and as such were ruled out. The most recent victim was taken from apartment block L, specifically apartment L209. Method of attack. The victims that have been recovered were found to be in what appear to be accelerated states of decomposition, looking as having though they decomposed for what seemed like weeks or months as opposed to days. The remains that were recovered from the sewers were typically at least partially eaten by rats, but show no additional signs of physical trauma, no gunshots, stab wounds, struggle signs, etc. Other comments. The Department of Extermination would like this issue resolved as quietly as possible with no media coverage and as little attention brought to the squad and their activities in the sector. Discussion with the locals may provide additional information, but if someone does not seem to know what is being referred to during questioning, a cover story should be ready to be provided. Any individuals who pose a risk to the widespread release of this information are approved of to be silenced using any means necessary.
All right. Well, that one's gonna be sketchy because I don't feel like turning on Carissa and blowing her head off and stomping her camera in.
I mean, you could just ask her not to come.
She's a reporter worth her salt. She'll find a way.
We could just not tell her.
She's not here right
This
now.
doesn't directly. This doesn't necessarily relate to the thing that she wanted to film. She doesn't. We don't necessarily have to involve her in it because this doesn't involve, that we know of, the whole case that we're trying to solve with the bombing stuff. This is a different thing.
Well, I think if we just tell her that Slay wants it quiet, I think she knows enough to leave it alone, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. Well,
Yeah.
both cases sound like they involve some edgy, spooky shit. So, that's out of my depth.
And here's the third one. So the target on this one's name is Old Bronson. He is a human. His crimes are murder and treason. The contact department is the Department of Examinations, and there is a 5,000 credit bounty with a 1,000 credit bonus for the retrieval of a military weapons stockpile. Criminal portfolio. Samuel Bronson, or Old Bronson, as he is commonly known, is a veteran of Dante, the most notorious of the war worlds, within the world of progress. A soldier of significant renown, Old Bronson left active duty following a verdict of mental instability, which would prevent him from continuing his post, holding Station 7, an outpost used as a waypoint for squadron supply, as well as the holding site for Tonto 117B, an experimental explosive kept under lock and key, to be used only should the boundary that Station 7 sits upon become overrun. Bronson has posted at Station 7 for 3 years before his eventual discharge. During that time, he is reported to have killed over 2,000 enemy combatants from his position atop the outpost, a number that has been confirmed by multiple sources. Despite his prowess as a soldier, his general mild manner and calm demeanor made up a degree of self-pride, which in turn made his slow decline into instability all the harder for him to accept. His cited instability, delusions, and hallucinations, which led to the deaths of multiple friendlies, was not well received. His discharge was ordered, with relocation back to Mort and a menial job with a permanent SCL of 11 allocated to him. The punishment, knowing that he would back on Mort almost serve as, the punishment, knowing that he would never again serve Slay on the field of war, forced a further decline in his mental well-being, and as many do, he fled the confines of normal life back in Mort almost as soon as he arrived. Like many ex-war criminals, Bronson initially took up home in Cannibal Sector 1, spending his days creating a perimeter to defend, as well as hunting down others in the same position as him, not because he sought out allies, but because killing them was the easiest way to obtain suitable armaments for the mission ahead. Eventually, Bronson moved his significant stockpile of weapons and explosives back into Lower Downtown, setting up a base of operations in Lower Downtown District 3-577, where he still resides today. The death toll of Lower Downtown locals, which is attributed to Old Bronson, is significant, high enough to have pushed him into the bracket of a serial killer, which, added to his treason from when fleeing from Slay custody, has resulted in an execution warrant being issued. Criminal profile. Old Bronson is a muscular but aging male whose physique seems to defy his aged and wrinkled face. His extreme physical nature is largely on account of a number of augmentations received during his time in the military. These augmentations have permanently enhanced Bronson's physical strength and stamina, as well as his reaction time. Bronson has a full head of hair, gone gray with age, and sports what Shivers would refer to as a notable Clyde tash. Despite this aged and rugged charm, Bronson is rarely seen outside of his Sinner Mark III battlesuit, which he took from the corpse of another ex-war criminal out in Cannibal Sector 1. He is considered extremely dangerous and impossible to bargain with. Last known location. Old Bronson has been seen and reported multiple times within the warehousing complex in Lower Downtown District 3557. Though his movement around the estate is common, current reports tie his base of operations to one of 3 warehouses, all situated within 1 kilometer of each other. It is expected that at least one of these warehouses will contain a stockpile of military-grade armaments. Along with Bronson's execution, the retrieval of this property may be eligible for a bonus. Method of attack. Firearms are the soldier's primary go-to, specifically his Fen 24 Warmonger, the same type of weapon he used out on Dante for many years. The rarity of the weapon and its ammunition, however, means that he may have to use it sparingly. In addition, he has been known to use a range of pistols and rifles more commonly seen in the hands of operatives. Though he has been known to get up close, he is more likely to attack from an elevated and concealed position, such as the window or roof of one of the warehouses, mirroring the outpost vantage points that he waged war from out on the war worlds. Other comments. Old Bronson's affinity for explosives, given his primary role on Dante, should not be underestimated, and operatives should be conscious of potential traps and IEDs.
So that one's definitely no.
I want to be like him when I grow up.
A traitor?
Nah.
Like the easiest
Yeah, I was
to
gonna say
do
that.
The one-man squad, he might be bloody mad, but you gotta respect that.
He's the most dangerous, but he's also the most valuable.
I feel like number 2 is the easiest. Well, not easiest, but easier than that. That sounds super crazy.
Yeah.
We don't have the firepower to deal with him.
No. I'm leaning towards 2 as well. I really would not.
I mean,
want
we've
to kill
already-
her. I've been.
Almost blown up. Yeah.
At the same time, Creep and Jenny could be anything.
I think Creepy Jenny is just like number 1. Both are gonna be spooky, using some sort of wiggly woo bullshit.
Well, Nouveau's gonna be spooky, sure, but good chance of her being alone, at least. We don't know what Creep and Jenny is. It could be a dream entity for all we know.
Yeah, it could be supernatural.
Sounds like there's potential for finding out more info on that one, but I don't know.
So agreed, Bronson would probably kill us before we even got
Like,
within a
Oh,
block,
almost, yeah.
right? Yeah. So my vote's for Jenny, but we can. What's everyone else
Yeah.
thinking?
I need money.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Jenny.
well,
The angry lady we can deal with later.
Redcap, any opinions?
We don't have to keep her alive, so it's probably easier. But I think I could take that one guy.
I think you could too. Problem is that a bloody trash can is gonna blow you up and kill you before you even see him.
That's where you guys come in.
You were there last time we dealt with explosive, right, lad?
Yeah, but the first two you guys did great.
I mean, I can patch people up pretty good, but if you're in a bunch of pieces all over the place, there's no helping you.
Redcap, don't ever change.
I won't.
Gotta admire the confidence, if nothing else.
Yeah,
what's the
so
plan?
creepy Jenny it is.
Yeah.
Seems like a reasonable middle ground.
Would we know what the skin trade thing is?
So skin trade is, yeah, I mean, being an operative, you would have definitely received it in training. Skin trade is effectively human trafficking. It is people who are kidnapped or lured into something and then sold for a wide variety of purposes. Everything you can think of, basically.
But
thing
it
is-
seems
Go ahead.
no. It seems weird that they're then killing them. But I
Correct.
guess,
Although people will
as I
be...
said, doesn't matter.
Yeah, although people could be sold off to the skin trade for, you know, the purpose of being murdered, certainly. All of them appearing in kind of the same block seems to lead that it wouldn't be them doing it, because they usually will traffic them around and sell them off. They're not going to probably have a buyer in the same area, but it's not impossible.
Aye, for all we know, creepy Jenny is just some suburban housewife going slumming and taking out the stress from work and her husband.
You didn't have a good childhood, did you?
I watched me little brother and cousins get eaten by cannibals.
Yeah,
Not great.
not great. No.
Not great. Not great.
I'm not trained to deal with that.
Neither was I.
It's not part of my job description.
If we're poking around there, but we got to keep a low cover or low profile, we should definitely have our cover story before we go around and start asking questions.
Yeah.
Because just rolling up and being like, "Hey, you missing any kids?" Might
Do
upset
they
below.
have the information of what families, or we just are going in there blind and just guessing?
No, they'd be able to provide you with the information of the families. And they gave you, in the Hunter sheet itself, was listed the apartment number for the prior, the most recent victim.
Yeah.
And they were all in that sector. Not necessarily the same apartment block, it was different residential blocks, but all in that same area.
Something tells me Mort doesn't have like a CPS that we could pretend to be. But,
Yeah, we have to come up with. What are we gonna ask to see if they know anything? Like, do you know anything weird that's been going on? I don't know how to word that.
Children funeral homes.
We could. Why don't we like, why don't our cover story be something else, and they can like, mention their kids to us.
Yeah.
Ooh, we can pretend to be debt collectors.
That might get us shot, just, but
I mean, why don't we just say, tell them a half truth? Just say we're private investigators and just want to know more information.
yeah.
But what are we gonna ask them?
I mean, it's the case. We just let them know that we need to know about their child that disappeared.
Doesn't the hunter sheet say we shouldn't be specifically asking about that?
It says to silence any risks of leaks.
I guess well, yeah, I mean, if we're asking people that we know for a fact their child's missing, then I don't think it matters that we're asking them. I was just wondering if we were asking others
Yeah.
in the area if they'd seen anything. If they know nothing about it, then we have to be like, there has to be some other.
Ooh, let's blame it on Mountain Machine.
Maybe I'm over.
What was that for, Shrek?
Let's blame it on Machine. Those things derp around all downtown all the time, and they always have like some weird program virus glitch going on. Maybe we'll blame it on fucking Machine.
I don't know what you're saying.
Mansheen. A Mansheen.
Robots that wear human skin and like pretend to be people sometimes at the grocery stores.
Yeah, so a summary is that Mansheens are essentially robots or AI-based machines that have gone rogue and also crazy, and will typically try to cover themselves in flesh of humans, animals, things like that, and that they typically try and assimilate as a person. But they are incredibly dangerous.
Like a Terminator fan?
Sort of, but the crazier and less convincing.
Like a Terminator with like a busted CPU.
Yeah, that's
Like
probably a good way to describe it.
There's one in the book. I can't remember which page it's on. It's like one of the full page artwork.
Yeah.
I'll find it.
I heard Martin Sheen, and that's why I was confused.
You have to chase down Martin.
No.
Beloved actor Martin Sheen, you have to chase down.
It's at the top of page 85.
Page 85 if you want to get a look at a Mansheen.
Level.
Okay.
So that is what he's saying, that you could be, potentially investigating if you wanted to use that as a cover story.
Well, it's as believable as anything else, I guess.
We could say we're for-profit grief counselors. And so we're looking for people who've experienced a loss recently. That'll get us the leads, and then we can just ask leading questions once we're talking to them. Then we wouldn't be really helping them. But
We want to do a support group.
That is...
yeah.
It's really disturbing, guys. It's a really disturbing projection of your real world occupations. Is this a business model that you've thought about at some point, Matt? There's something you want to tell us?
It's also setting accurate.
It is.
Yeah.
It is sufficiently upsetting for this environment. I'm not saying it's not a good plan. I'm just a little worried that the fucking counselor came up with it. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
Well, I got 2
that's
ranks
what
in
I meant.
psychology. I was trying to think of which ways. Yeah, I was trying to think of ways that we could ask about hey, who's missed a kid, without just seeming odd. And since
Fair
everyone
enough.
trying to make a dime here or a credit here or whatever they're called.
You know what? I like that idea. That sounds like a good way to call in some unis out the locals while we do the case. Using that ebb. Aye, lad, aye. Use that ebb.
I mean, it's a good thing that there aren't alignments in this system. That's all I'm gonna say.
First Strike's alignment is trash.
Chaotic garbage. All right, so you're starting to put up a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, we totally should do the for-profit grease counselors angle. We need the fucking money, and we're in a dystopian nightmare. Our viewers know what's up.
So I'll just continue working.
What do you want me to do?
You're the trainee.
Think we can get a free hug? Think we can get like a hugs T-shirt to put on him?
This is our support stormer.
Yes, emotional support stormer. Yes.
Emotional support firmer, yeah. We're trying to rehabilitate him.
Wow.
He's just our bodyguard because we go into some sketchy neighborhoods sometimes.
Sure.
And that's fair.
Okay.
Or our interpreter. Do stormers have their own language? They don't
No.
have their own language.
Yeah,
That
it's
won't
called
work.
Killian.
He's a bad interpreter. He can translate anything into Killian. He can translate Killian into Killian.
Poorly.
He's our super.
Guess I should clean up again, and let's do this plan. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a new one on
It's
me.
by no means the most. It's not gonna be the most evil thing we're gonna do in this campaign.
Probably not, no. But might be the most to date.
I mean, I think Reggie would, and Patch at least, both of us would at least actually be trying to be supportive, even though we're not actually going to run a support group for them. We would be kind of like, in our conversations, because we both have like the psychology training, be like, try to be nice.
Except Reggie will ask. Reggie won't ask.
Track, but we'll see.
Reggie won't ask for the payment, but Patch will.
Yeah.
He doesn't really need it, the money.
Patch does.
And meanwhile, and then while we're doing that, me and Click can use our streetwise to like pound pavement and see what's going on and who's stuffing the pony or whatever we say in the setting.
Stuffing the.
Just trying very hard to make stuff in the pony a thing.
2 sessions ago, and I'm not letting it go.
So, any of you kids know where I can stuff the pony?
Gonna be a hunter sheet on all of you by the end of this fucking session.
Yeah, so head down to the district. Do you want to walk around, kind of? I mean, keep our cover story, but see if anyone's seen anything. And
I mean, do we want to start with the apartment that we know for a fact someone was taken from?
Oh yeah.
And then go from there?
Do you do any?
Are we going to?
Go ahead.
I was just say, are we going to split up so it's not as like intimidating because like if 5 people show up, like,
Yeah,
and,
that's
like
what
we're
I'm
doing a
saying.
support group, it's gonna be like kind of.
And also something to consider in terms of preparations: do you roll up with full armor and weapons as your support group, counselors?
Probably not.
I take their slave blades and give them a sharpen with my laser sharpener
Okay.
and hand them back to them. That way, their concealable weapon has a +1 to success die if they need it.
Okay.
Well, here's an idea. Should we get like a motel room or something so that we can access
Yeah,
our
a
armor
base of
quickly if we need
operations.
it?
Y'all can stay at my place.
Yeah. Do you live in that area?
No, you don't live that far down.
Yeah, that's Sector 8.
Well, I mean, it's close. It's closer than where the normies live.
That is true.
Yeah, I live in Q2.
But you're only in like sector, like downtown sector 1 or 2, right?
Yeah, Sector 2 Q block. So that's
Right.
like 4 or 5 sectors away.
6. 2 minus 8 is 6. Or 8 minus
Oh,
2.
it's 8.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
it's
we might
just at the top half of like lower downtown is where this is taking place.
So not the best neighborhood either.
No.
I mean, we just really need to find a space we can drop some of our stuff off. Maybe have Red Cap stand guard over it while we're asking questions.
I could do that.
I'll bring a
Just-
change of clothes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is just get a motel room or a lockbox, anything, just somewhere we can stash our armor. Because I don't want to be in Sector 8 long enough to need my armor, but that's where we gotta go.
There's a chance you might actually run into a man chain if you're hanging out down there long enough.
Is there? I mean, I know this is pretty hush hush, but any info out there? Like if I were to do a little.
It's going to be difficult for anything computer based because again, the people in lower downtown
Never reported.
the only types of things that this has been reported, the only instances of this stuff that's been reported is the information that's in the hunter sheet. If you wanted to contact the Department of Extermination, they might be able to give you some more details if you were looking for those.
Is there like illegal
Yeah,
channels?
I guess
like,
there's no
4chan?
harm in doing that.
Is there like illegal channels in 4chan she can look into?
I mean, she could potentially. I mean, there's definitely going to be the equivalent of like a dark web black market sort of thing. If if you want to try and do some looking around there, you could do so. So if you wanted to look at it from that point of just trying to check general criminal activity and see if anything matches up with this, then that might be a lead that you could look into.
Okay.
So if you want to do that, give me a computer check.
So.
Okay. Not spending luck or anything like that to reroll a success. Die.
I mean, it's a plus 8,
+8, you said?
but yeah.
Yeah, so you do some looking around.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not. It appears that whatever passcodes you had previously to access the 8chan style forums, the addresses have changed, the codes have changed, so you're not able to get to them right now. So you can't get any information in regards to any potential criminal activity there currently.
Which sucks because the other 3 rolls were really good.
They were
It's the
dope.
first one.
Yeah, they were really good.
I mean, I can re-roll it, but I'm like, oh, do I want to waste it on in the beginning? I don't know. Might need it later.
Might.
You said we can at least talk
Yeah, you'll be provided with the contact
Department of
information.
Extermination and see if they had more info for us.
Yes. Is there anything specific that you're looking for that they may be able to provide you?
I mean, yeah, obviously if they have the names of the locations of the people that they know for a fact had missing children, so at least we have a good place to start.
Yeah, they give you the list of all the previous victims. So you have that, and you can access that as need be and have access to those people. There have been some questioning that has been done already previously when they were reported as missing. Investigations being done by shipper units and things like that. Some of those were transcribed for you, so you have access to those. Again, you can search by questions or things like that to see if you can try and gain any additional information from those, or you can go ahead and go to them directly. How receptive they'll be, that's going to vary.
I hate to suggest this, but should we see if we can get like autopsy reports?
So as far as that goes, again, that would be information that would be provided for you. And again, the coroner's note stated that the bodies that were recovered had suffered significant signs of decay. They were all discovered approximately between 7 to 10 days after their disappearance, within the sewers, usually within a few blocks of the person's home where they were taken from, which is another common factor, is that all of these kids were taken in the middle of the night. Woof, just vanished. They all had signs of, when they were recovered, their bodies having decomposed for a significantly longer amount of time than they would have under normal circumstances. And again, they're since they were found in the sewers, a lot of them were chewed on, eaten at least partially by rats, pigs, carrion, whatever was down there. But having accounted for those wounds, there were no real other wounds or signs of trauma to speak of. There was no stab wounds, gunshots, signs of struggle, nothing along those lines. An additional fact that you can glean from the reports is that, in addition to the bodies decomposing pretty rapidly, they all had a pale grayish hue to them when they were recovered. All we gotta do is investigate this hue guy.
I get it.
What was that for, Shrek?
I got your joke.
Thank you. Thank you.
Does it appear that these families had anything in particular in common?
Other than them all being unemployed, which is very, very common for this particular, for this far down, there's no real discerning. I mean, other than also them all being human, which again, the vast majority of people down here at this range would be. There was no real connecting factor between them. other than the fact they all lived in the same location. So they shared a lot of things in common, but there's no real thread that makes you think that they were being targeted or that there was any particular pattern with why it was their kids. It was a mixture of kids of varying genders, varying, races among, human subraces. But it didn't really, seem like it was that they're being targeted for any particular reason.
Well, I've got a bad feeling about this.
I have dark thoughts about what's really behind this as well.
Yeah, it's definitely not normal, so. So yeah, go ahead. So preparations, it's gonna be a few of us acting as counselors while the other people kind of walk the beat, try to keep an ear to the ground about anything else weird happening. Maybe scout out a location to dump our gear, go in, because we can't be walking around in armor. So wear your best, most professional, working professional clothes if you got any.
I would have that.
I'll just dress up like a local. The most professional looking thing I have is my ceremonial kilt or my SLA trainee uniform.
I mean, I can see if I can borrow a lab coat from my mom's clinic that's in your size, but
I'm a thin lad. It'll probably fit. First Shrek is built like Iggy Pop from that.
okay. Oh, really? I was picturing like jacked.
No, he's like unhealthy.
Oh, Grizzly. Okay.
Like he has a 16 pack.
I was picturing like roided out and huge.
No.
Like
Yeah,
someone
he's
who gets someone who gets re-signed with WWE and then becomes a champion in like a few months.
No, he's more like a dehydrated Finn Balor.
Okay. Balor jerky.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you make the proper arrangements to get suitable clothing for that particular area to help sell your story of you being counselors. Additionally, you do set up arrangements for a downtown hotel, a lower downtown hotel that will be 50 uni a night. That's actually the most expensive one you could find, because you don't really want to go cheaper, especially if you're worried about your armor being there when you get back.
I can cover the cost of that.
Yeah, so it'd be
It's
half a credit.
It's one of the hotels that doesn't have a rat at its front desk.
Yeah, it's basically the Motel 6 Slay equivalent. Certainly not the best. Might still be dealing with some bed bugs, but you probably won't get murdered there.
I keep my death armor or death suit in the tub. And then I say we investigate the building first. So
okay. So you go down there, you stop at the hotel first, you make your arrangements, you unload your armor. Do you conceal any weaponry, anything like that on you, or are you all going in completely unarmed?
I have my pistol on me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably.
Yeah, I can conceal my pistol and my sleigh blade.
Okay.
I think I could wear a vest underneath my like lab coat or hoodie or something.
Do you have a vest?
My body blocker, it comes with a vest.
The body blocker, the torso armor for body blocker is going to be too bulky. If you have like a pad kill flak vest or something like that, or like striker motorcycle protection,
Okay,
you could do that. But body blocker it's like full, like it'd be like wearing just the torso of a suit of armor under like your coat. Like you could do it in theory, but it'd be pretty noticeable.
Yeah, I think I'll bring my Fen 603 and leave the Blitzer at home.
Okay. Now, Redcap, are you going in armored, or are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay armored.
Yeah.
Just not be nearby when they're doing their thing.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean, he's a stormer. It'd be weird for him not to be armored.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's reasonable.
And I'll shave off what's left of my frother dreadlocks, so I look kind of like a human with shaved head.
Really? You're shaving your dreadlocks?
I mean, I already cut them, so now they're just little nubs.
Okay. When did you cut them?
Before last session, in the chat, I mentioned how I cut my dreadlocks for my disguise.
That's right. Any residual, like, that's a pretty, culturally important thing for your people to have done that, Is there any struggle or consideration for that, or are you just really like, fuck it and you don't care?
He was under the impression that, like, groups of other frothers looking to make a name for himself, or like be like, yeah, Dad, I did it. We're coming to kill him, so he wanted to like hide.
Okay.
So he did it in the heat of the moment. Now they're all fucked up, so he's like, might as well just not have them.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah, so you'll definitely, pass. Facially, they are a little bit different, but if you don't have the trademark dreadlocks that are usually a different color than a regular person's hair, you'll probably pass pretty easy for human. So you head to your downtown hotel, motel, whatever, unload your stuff, and then you head out. So you go to the first place that was listed on the hunter sheet.
Yeah.
Okay, and who is going to that?
Patch and I'm assuming Reggie and
Yeah, I'll probably come.
Okay, so
Yeah.
And for Shrek, you going as well, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? I already made the effort to look human.
All right, and Redcap, you're just gonna hang around outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah,
Okay.
kind of look around the place and.
I'll leave you my rifle in case you have to use it. It's got a laser pointer and a scope with all 3 extra settings.
Okay. I go snooping around the perimeter with the rifle.
High-powered rifle.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Do.
I'm looking for kids.
Yeah, nobody knows what the murderer
that
looks
sounds
like. I
great.
pose as the serial murderer and see what happens. That's a great plan. In my head.
What have I done?
Yeah, why don't we just frame this on a patsy and collect the money?
Because when it keeps happening, they'll probably have questions for us.
Copycat.
Yeah, I guess they can't prove it.
Yeah, sure. You'll get Slay on a technicality. That sounds
Especially
like.
because we're already in Shitsville as
Yeah,
it is.
let's make it worse. All right. So the family that was referenced in the hunter sheet in the residence block, they are a mother and father, Jacob and Alicia Dallas. Their child, Caleb, was the only child in the family. He is the one that was most recently found dead. He was found dead 2 days ago.
So what's the plan?
Do we all 4 of us want to try to talk to them, or how do we want to play this?
I think it'd be a bit much to have like four lads
Yeah.
show up, 4 different flavors of lads show up to your door asking about your grief. I think this. I think we should do this like the old religious types and have a pair at the door.
Yeah.
Each of you can go to a different place.
Yeah.
Yeah, each pair.
Mhm.
I mean, we already left Red Cap alone. We can split up.
Yeah. I mean, we're still in the same building, and we got our comms if need be.
Nay.
Okay, so who's going up to visit the Dallas family?
I will.
Reggie
Like,
and
should we do either me or Click or for Shrek? Me or Click?
Quick, you handy with your pistol?
Oh yeah.
I think maybe one of the more brawny one go with a less brawny one.
Yeah.
That's a way of shitting it down.
So I'll stick with
That
for
ain't
Shrek.
Fair.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Good. Yeah, I won't be near the drug.
all right. So Reggie and Click are going to go talk to the families. For Shrek and Patch are gonna hang out in the building. Red Cap's gonna be on the outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Reggie and Click will follow you. You go into the building, block L, and you go to apartment number 209. And it's at this point probably. I mean, when did you guys start this? Early in the morning, mid afternoon. You know, if you started in the morning, it's probably about. Early,
Mid, late.
early to mid late, early,
Yeah.
mid, late. Yeah, it's probably like late afternoon or so. You know,
Yeah.
probably 3-4 o'clock, somewhere in there. By the time you needed to plan, to travel, to get to the hotel, unload, clean yourself up, but not too clean, and then make your way over there. So you two have the door in front of you.
Knock knock.
Okay. Few seconds go by, and then you hear like a female voice on the other side of the door. It says, who is it?
Yeah.
Hello? Who is
Yeah.
it?
Did you take the lead on this one already? Okay, well,
Hello?
I'll say this is Clifford Shrim and my friend Reggie. We're hoping for a minute of your time.
The door kind of cracks open a little bit, and woman, probably about 5 foot tall, pretty diminutive. You just kind of see like half of her face as she like kind of leans out. She's like, "Can I help you?"
Yes, we've
Uh,
heard through I guess our channels that this area has been experiencing more loss than usual, and we thought we'd offer our services. Do you know of anyone who's experienced loss recently? We're grief counselors, and we thought we'd do some good in this area.
Give me. We're gonna need to check for this. Persuasion.
Okay. My persuasion. Oof. Okay, so that's +5. Not very good.
She's like, got grief counselors for. Did somebody give you our information?
I'm sorry? No,
Uh,
of course not. We've been through
Yeah.
several blocks before this. We're going door to door.
You hear after that like a louder voice on the other side, like, "Who is it?" And then the woman like kind of looks back. She disappears completely from the sliver of view you have into the apartment. It's like, it's people at the door that say they're grief counselors. And then there's kind of a pause, and the guy's like, grief counselors, right? And then in the confusion, the woman kind of opens up the door, and you see kind of more into their apartment, which just leads into basically a singular room. There's a man who was sitting in a chair who's standing up now. You know, there's TV on the wall by the chair. Both of them look to be late 20s, and both look both fairly skinny, but not like gaunt, you know. But the guy gets up and he kind of comes over to the door and you know, kind of like looks at the two of you, and he says like, so what are you looking for exactly? You're looking for people who have lost people?
Reggie, would you like to explain a little more about what we do?
Sure. We're with the Grief Share program, and we're part of an initiative in this area to try and help people. We know that this area sometimes has an affinity towards, you know, violence or issues that have occurred, and we're really trying to offer our services and help out.
The two kind of look at each other, and the woman looks back to you and she's just kind of nods, like, okay, come in. And then just, as she lets the two of you in, she closes the door behind. The man's like, can I get you something to drink? All we really have is water.
That's fine. Thank you.
I'm all right, thank you so much.
Sorry, I just imagine Reggie just kind of like dipping his beak into like one of the birds on the edge of the glass.
Yeah, like those little things on people's desks. Yeah, that's what he does.
Reggie the dunking bird.
All right. So he goes and, you know, he pulls out a couple glasses, and he fills them up from the, you know, tap water, which is slightly discolored, we'll say. And then brings them in to the two of you, and sets them down. They sit at a table, a small like kitchen table sort of set up, where, you know, two of them sit there, and then there's two seats available for you.
Yeah, I'll sit down.
Yeah.
Okay. So they give you the drinks, and then both kind of look at you in awkward silence as they wait for you to kind of make your move.
So, you invited us in, so can you tell us, you know, is there anything that's been going on here?
The man kind of pauses, and then he says, well, we lost our son recently. He was kidnapped, and then about a week later his body was found. The woman looks like she's like biting her lips kind of hard, and just stares right down. You can tell she's trying not to cry.
I'm so sorry for your loss. What was your son's name? What was he like?
Caleb, he's a nice boy, like running around and playing with the other kids in the apartment block, and smart, and just a regular kid. And one night he went up to bed, and in the morning he was gone. And you know, we put in the report to Shivers, and they looked, and he turned up about a week later. Still don't know what happened.
I can't imagine how stressful that must have been.
It's like, yeah, it's been hard.
Do you know if this has happened to anyone else in this area?
He kind of glances around. He's like, I don't know exactly for sure, but I've heard rumors of similar things happening to some of the other families around here. Nobody that we know, but there's been similar stories from some other people. Again, the woman is looking down, and she's just staying completely silent throughout all of this.
I offer a supportive wing on her hand, or whatever I have that I can be supportive with.
I think Click would say, you look like you might have something you want to say.
Give me that persuasion check, Clickies.
Let's try again. It's a little better.
What's the success roll?
12.
12. And then how many? Any skill successes, or just the regular success?
I think just the regular.
Okay.
+5 on there. +5 with humans.
+5 with humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, which they're human. So, all right.
Or
So
are
12. 12. 12, 6, and 8. Okay, yeah. So just one success. She's she kind of like blinks when you kind of refer to her. She's like, no, I don't. And that's
It could help to talk it out.
she glances at the husband, who they kind of share like some sort of exchange between the two of them, without saying any words. And then the woman's just like, no, I'm just distraught still. And then the guy kind of comes in after that. He's like, so what services are you offering exactly?
Reggie, would you like to tell them about the free group meetings where we will serve donuts and coffee?
Yeah, part of the reason that we're kind of asking around is because we're trying to put together a support group and trying to, gauge interest. And it sounds like the situation's been really difficult for you, and sometimes we find that able to share your experience with others who have gone through the same thing can be really helpful. And you can share as much or as little as you want. We're not pushy, but we do find that can be helpful sometimes. And I get a sense that something's really bothering you about this.
Well, how much does something like this cost? We don't have a lot of money.
I'm not going to charge you for it.
The two of them look kind of confused. They're like, there's no cost for it? What are you... Who's paying you to do this?
Oh, we're very wealthy philanthropists.
I was going to say it's a grant-funded program.
That's good, because there's probably no grants on SLA Industries.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, it probably doesn't actually work
Yeah.
like that there, so.
Yeah. They say, so you two are wealthy philanthropists?
Well, we have a group, a great grief share group. It's a group of us that got
It's a
together
little
and wanted
inside
to make
joke between us.
Oh, right. So you're not wealthy philanthropists?
No, I'm sorry if that was a joke in poor taste.
I'm just This is all very unusual. You just show up asking about, if families have gone through grief, you come across our door and then you
You're
are
not the
offering,
first door we've knocked on.
Well, we haven't seen you around here before.
Before today, when we arrived.
Guys, like, you're getting a little standoffish for a counselor.
Yeah, I apologize about that. It's like I said, we've been to a lot of doors today.
So the woman's like, so you don't want anything in return for this service that you're offering?
No. No, we're here to, we're trying to help the community.
Which community? Just this area? Downtown?
Yeah, this general area.
Well, the model is a block at a time. We don't want to reach too far too fast.
I see. Okay, well, do you have any contact information? Business card?
Could give them our number, I guess. Or the motel room number.
You can just give them a phone number.
Just any phone number. we want them to be able to contact us if they.
Well, no, our phone number.
Yeah. No.
I don't know.
When's the first meeting supposed to be? The woman says.
Well, we're gonna gauge the availability of people, and then kind of we'll contact you.
Well,
We wouldn't
If
want to
you're
rent a
interested,
space
of
if we don't have enough people showing up. It wouldn't be worth it on our end.
let's see. Well, our availability is pretty open. He kind of like glances around at the apartment with the kind of implied indication that they don't really leave here much.
Just from where I'm sitting, like, does anything stand out? Like, I mean, if they just kind of vanished in the night, would I don't know, would I see anything that kind of seems odd?
From this perspective, no. Again, it's basically a one-room apartment, so everything is kind of connected. There is like a little curtain that kind of cordons off for where like the toilet is, and the bath. But there's like the kitchen area is in one corner, bathroom area in another. There's the living area, and then kind of in the living area, there's like, a bed that would fit two people, and then there's like another kind of small bed in the corner, and you see kind of some posters and stuff on the wall of different like cartoons and things like that, that you could tell was probably where the kid slept.
It helps us to just kind of have a good, idea of what happened, before we get into the group and just know a little bit more about you. Is there anything else that you wanted to share about the situation, or?
The woman and the man both kind of again share like one of those knowing glances, and they're like, no.
Well, if you think of anything, do let us know.
I was gonna say it's okay. We're safe.
Okay.
I get the sense from your, the way you were looking that maybe there's something else you wanted to tell us.
The woman kind of staggers a little bit, like with her thoughts, like, well, I don't. And then the guy's like, then you just say that we only needed to share what we wanted to share?
Yes.
We don't want to share anything else right now. The woman's like, thank you for the offer. It's a very generous service, and we'll maybe see about getting in touch. It might not be a bad idea, Jacob. It's like, yeah, maybe. Thank you for your time.
Well, thank you very much. I hope to see you soon. As they close the door, I'm going to loudly say, I told you we should have stopped back for more flyers.
Okay. So yeah, they close the door on the two of you. And you hear some muted discussion on the other side.
What?
You hear some muted discussion on the other side of the door between the two.
Like if we stay there and listen?
Potentially. One of you wants to give me the detect roll.
Or we can't actually hear.
If one of you wants to give me a detect roll, you can
yeah.
go for it.
What's your detect, Sabrina?
Right now, for Shrek is cursing. Is like, I have good hearing.
We got our own grieving family to deal with.
I got a 2.
Do you?
But if you got...
Whoa.
Oh, nice.
Well, shit.
I think I can hear something.
That's a lot of detect.
Yeah.
Based on that roll.
So what's
that's
the...
that's a +9.
+9. All right. So... Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, so with that, you press your ear up to the door. These doors are super fucking thin because they're cheap as hell. So you pretty easily hear the conversation between the two. And you can hear the man saying to the woman, like, I don't think this is a good idea. We need to just move on. I have a bad feeling about this. And then the woman's like, I don't know, they just seem like they were trying to help. It's like, doesn't this seem suspicious to you that somebody just shows up a week after or a few days after Caleb dies and offers to do grief counseling? She's like, well, what bad intentions could they possibly have? It's like, I don't know, but I don't really want to find out. And then she's like, and then the guy kind of follows up. He's like, and don't get that creeping Jenny shit out of your head. It's just a story he made up. It was just a friend he came up with. It doesn't have anything to do with this. It's like, it just seems so coincidental, doesn't it? It's like, he made up friends and stories all the time. It's like, yeah, but this seemed different. There was more detail. There was more description. This is not just one of his usual imaginary friends. It was like somebody was there. It's like, we need to move on. Just like, it might be worth talking to them. It's like, let's just forget it right now, okay? Okay, fine. And then it stops. Okay, for Shrek, click. What you doing?
Yeah.
Or Patch.
So
for Shrek and Patch.
I'd say for Shrek, you want to go take a.
Right. Hold up. Ready.
Okay. So we take a wander. I want to walk around the building because you said it was like 219, so I'm assuming like second floor.
Yeah, the apartment was on the second floor, yes.
So yeah, kind of getting a feel for like, is there like fire escapes or any easy way to get up for something to get up to the second floor? And are there even windows, or are they all blocked up?
There are windows. A lot of them have, AC units in them, essentially. Some are barred, some are broken, some are taped, some are boarded. It kind of varies. There are fire escapes that lead up the sides of the building. There is not one at from you kind of mathing it over and whatnot. Yeah. There isn't one that is there at that apartment, but there is one close-ish by. And it seems like that in addition to ones that might lead out of apartments, there's also ones that have like doors that come out into them that look like they might be from like a hallway or something along those lines.
Okay.
And then they go down, and then, the ladder is like a fold-down one where it's up most of the time.
Okay. Paul.
Sure.
Well, I don't have tactics. I do have a particular set of skills that kind of pertain to moving around and breaking and sneaking around and breaking into things. between streetwise, athletics, acrobatics, and stealth.
Okay.
Um, think I can make a roll of some kind to gauge possibility of how this was done?
Yeah, streetwise. That'll be streetwise.
Okay.
Or tactics, but if you don't have tactics, then streetwise would be the thing to do. Or
Fail.
man,
Ouch.
them red ones. So you kind of look around and everything kind of jumbles in together to the point where this doesn't seem like a particularly well guarded place. And there's a lot of ways for somebody to leave. Whether it's front door, back door, side doors, fire escapes, roof over to another building. There's a lot of ways, and almost to the point where again it'd be kind of difficult to pin down how somebody who was a potential kidnapper or whatever, what way they would go through and what way they'd go out of, because there's so many choices.
Hell, taking a baby is easier than taking candy from a baby here.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that there's not more kids missing.
Nobody wants your stupid kids.
It's like a fucking harvest day for the bloody skin trade here if they move in. Alright, well, we want to do your plan.
Asking around.
All right, so you're just questioning people in the area.
Yeah. Well, we know that one person missing. We didn't get any addresses on it.
No, they gave you information for some of the other people. You're at the home of Jacob and Alicia Dallas, but there are a variety of other names that are there as well. Wilmington, Taylor, Hopkins, Raleigh are the most recent ones. Kind of going in that order down.
Okay. I'd say we'd probably spend the whole time when they were up there talking with basically scouting the building. So if they want to come back down, we can kind of switch base.
All right. Click Reggie. You come out, and then as you do, Redcap kind of strolls up on you on his outside, patrol of the street. Redcap, you walk around. There's, other than the usual kind of illicit activities that take place in lower downtown sectors, nothing really seems to stand out to you. And then eventually, after some walking around, as you walk around, you kind of see Patch and for Shrek kind of scoping the building out. And then, on your second or third pass around the block, Reggie and Click come back outside, and you all kind of convene outside of the apartment block.
We find her yet?
Nah, lad.
So apparently this thing that keeps stealing these kids is manifesting itself as a quote-unquote imaginary friend. I'm wondering if that's happening with the other kids as well. Like some kind of entity that appears to them and the parents don't see it. Because they talk about it and they called it Creepin' Jenny, which was on the sheet, so that's where the Creepin' Jenny thing came from. So we could be dealing with something pretty scary, supernatural of some sort.
Fucking oogly booglies.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a straightforward kidnapping. It sounds like this is something that they target the kid ahead of time. And then take them somehow.
That could still be a human doing that. I mean, for all we know, maybe this person convinced the kids to leave at night. Maybe he didn't actually come inside.
Yeah.
Kids are pretty dumb.
Slender Man.
However, if you... I I'm surprised we didn't accidentally kidnap a baby on the way out of here. It's just so bloody easy.
Let me check my pockets.
Did I accidentally steal a child?
No, you didn't know. There's currently no children in your pockets.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a weird, like a Slender Man kind of thing where they convince the kids to go into the woods or something. Which it could be. I guess it could just be a regular person, or it could be an
Yeah,
entity of some sort of.
Are there any is there any lore of anything like this happening before or happening in? I don't really have the skills.
Yeah, do you have anything like a cult or anything along
No.
those lines? Yeah, so you would.
Zoology and botany. Pretty good with zoology and botany.
Yeah. Then that would not be in your wheelhouse.
Maybe we should get some candy and start talking to the local children about Creek and Gin.
No. No.
That's how you end up on a list for Shrek.
Is there like anything online about Creep and Jenny? Like kind of like you can find like Slenderman stories and stuff. Is there anything that like
Nothing.
find something like that?
Nothing done through computer research. If any of you wanted to ask around locally, that would need to be a streetwise check.
Yeah, but that's potentially giving away things.
Potentially. But as far as like there is no like urban legends lore, things like that, potentially about anything named Creep and Jenny.
Okay,
So
we know.
should we try another family? If they say the same thing.
At this point, I think it's safe to change tactics. What if we... I don't know, is there a number we can be contacted
Well,
at? No,
if we
maybe
just
that's
said
a bad idea, because...
we were hired. Like, what if we said we were hired by the investigators, but we can go with the counselor thing, but just say that the investigators hired us to talk to the family.
Could we
or
get
something? So it doesn't sound as weird and sketchy.
Right. Could we get like a blueprint of the area, maybe?
What are you looking for in the blueprint? Yeah, I mean, you could get rough schematics, but again, because this is lower downtown, the details of like individual buildings and like that are going to be fairly spotty. But what would you be looking for?
I mean, basic like layout of air ducts. I mean,
those things. Again, you could probably get original records, but again, knowing how poor the maintenance is in these downtown buildings, it is it's entirely possible that a lot of the ducts have probably been pulled out of the buildings in some sort of way and scrapped. They're not going to be reliable.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, we should try to find out more about what the kids are saying about Creep and Jenny.
What are the kids like these days?
Right. So, like, if we
dress up like a kid. And go
Hello there, fellow kids.
Are there goth teenagers?
Sure. Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, fucking goth kids would know about the spooky shit going on in the area. Maybe we can pretend to sell them drugs.
Pretend.
Or look, I can creep into their message boards. I don't know. I'm sure there's some weird.
There would definitely be. Kids in this area, again, probably don't have access to computers or phones in the same way that kids in suburbia or uptown would necessarily.
Yeah, it would still be a word of mouth situation, but instead of like creeping around the elementary schoolers. Maybe we can talk to like the 16 to 18 demographic. They would know about the spooky shit, and we could offer them drugs.
Reggie's not really down with that plan, but you know.
It's not exactly Plan A. I'm a Plan D kind of guy.
I mean, we can always try to ask one of the other families.
No, you guys might have mentioned this before, but what if like you actually set up the support group? Maybe if they're in numbers with people who have experienced something similar, maybe they'll be more open to talking about it.
Hi. Or, who here plays poker? Who can read a room? Maybe we can read reactions of the other parents if someone, breaks down about creeping Jenny at a meeting.
Would the interrogate skill translate to that?
That's detect, right?
So what are you? I'm sorry. What are you trying
It's
to?
like an insight.
For? Are you talking to somebody specifically, or gathering information from a group of people? There was a question in the chat I got distracted by. What is the plan that you're looking for? What do you plan on doing, guys? What were you just talking about?
Well, I was wondering if we should actually set up the support group and then just kind of...
Okay, so you're actually looking, like you're trying to organize a group and then try and bring people to it?
Possibly. I mean, it's an option.
Yeah. So for that would probably be oratory at that point. If you had a group of people that you were trying to communicate to, if you were to actually assemble the group. So, if you wanted to get people to it, you'd be doing a similar process of what you're doing right now, which we could kind of consolidate if you wanted to get together, multiple people or whatever. But if you were actually to assemble a group of people and try and get them to follow your lead, essentially, that'd be oratory.
I don't have any ranks in that.
I have that. I do.
Is that something that we want to do? I mean, it might cost money to rent a space, get coffee and donuts,
It's also going to take multiple days to organize, set up, plan, get everybody together,
right?
Etc.
Yeah, that might
Something
be...
simpler if you guys want.
Sounds-
I was just throwing that out there.
Sounds a lot less
If it-
dangerous than whatever I can
It
think
could
of.
be. It could be a way to, like you said, get them to talk about it. Maybe if one starts talking about it, the others might, and there might be some info gleaned from that. And we still aren't saying that we're only asking the people who actually experienced it, so we're not over revealing information.
Right. Well,
But if they start to notice the pattern, they might talk.
yeah.
They might
I
be
think
just an
we
isolated
could-
thing with them.
Maybe we can get a couple more locals. Maybe I can pose as a client in the talk circle.
Now that you mention, them talking amongst themselves, maybe we should just stick to what we're doing.
But a support group is confidential. Everything that is said has to not be said outside the group, which doesn't necessarily mean that happens,
But all of them realizing
the
that.
rule
If they-
hold
if
to
they-
the participants or the organizers.
Everybody just freeze on me? Am I by myself now? Maybe. Hello? Whoa. I think Discord just got screwy.
Yeah, I just had everything.
Discord hates me.
No, I
Where
think
were
that was
we?
I think it hated all of us equally because I think I just blanked. Everybody froze for me at the same time. So.
Yeah, same.
Same for me.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Where were we?
So you were discussing support group logistics of doing that potentially.
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, it might not be the best idea.
Yeah, because if they start to realize that they all experience the same thing, right now they think it's so isolated.
In the spirit of keeping
It'd
it
be good
quiet.
for them, but it also kind of let the
We could
air of
pad
it
out.
on.
We could pad out the group. That's way it's less suspicious. But we'll need more donuts.
What do you think, Reggie?
I
Stick
mean,
with the current plan?
if all those, I mean, we can try questioning another family and see how it goes. I was just gonna say, like, if we really were asking around everybody, have you experienced blah blah blah, we would get the people who have experienced this together anyways. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, because that's something that's been happening in this community. But I don't know.
Right.
I mean, now that once the information leaks were brought up, it kind of made me second guess myself on that one.
Thank you all for coming. Now we have to kill you.
Well,
Yeah.
Everyone
if
lied.
they're only talking to other people who have gone through the same thing. Are they going to want to go around telling everybody in the community about it? Like, I don't.
I mean, yeah, if they think that it'd be helping.
I don't know.
I mean, their parents, they're having
Yes.
no other parents. Kids
Yeah.
disappearing. I mean, even if we solve this and get this thing done, they're still gonna talk.
Bad guess travels fast.
I mean, we can just try the next family and see how far we get. I don't know.
Yeah, see if they give us anything different, and if not, try to see what else we can find out. Because if I was at first, it's definitely not something that's like a person. It seems like some type of weird thing if it's an invisible friend.
Did they
Look,
say it was an invisible friend?
Imaginary friend?
They said imaginary friend is what
Yeah.
they said, I think.
I mean, I don't think we have enough detail. It could be somebody
Yeah.
hanging out in the sewer
No.
for all we know.
Right.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
could be it. It's the
Yeah.
it clown.
Maybe they tell the kids, "Hey, sneak out tonight and come down here. I got something to show you."
I've seen some sketchy lots out in the sewers.
But my other question is the decomposition. Have you ever heard of anything that can do that? Ebb magic, maybe.
No, I've got magic. I've got medical. I've got forensics. I've got.
What are does anybody have any lore skills?
I do not have lore.
No, nobody.
Nope.
I don't
No.
remember. I don't think so.
Patch, you would know that beyond like the level of like a very powerful neckanthrope, something like this wouldn't really be possible for an ebb.
Yeah, this isn't something that ebb powers could do.
Maybe it's scientific. I'm just a lad who watches TV like everyone, but maybe they're testing some kind of weird super drug or virus, some kind of bioweapon trial.
Boy, I test on kids. I mean, there's plenty of adults if you want to run test on.
Kids have funny immune systems.
Yeah, but people miss when kids disappear, when like adults disappear.
Fucking, I don't know. Maybe the mad scientist likes to diddle kids. I'm a fucking Marine.
Why don't we just try to question another family?
Yeah, let's go question. Yeah.
Go from there.
fucking
Watch
mad
another
scientist.
family, see if there's anything different, and if not,
Yeah.
I wish Rocco was here because we could just send him into the sewers and he'd have this all found out.
I
You fucking bastards. Even in death, Rocket gets no fucking respect.
Ghost Rocco, go look for Ghost in the sewers.
Come up out the hood and they put you right back in.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I assume there's no surveillance in this area because it's kind of a rundown area, like no cameras or things like that.
No, there were definitely nothing like this would be working. That'd be working down here.
Right. Okay. I figured, but just
No,
figured I'd ask.
yeah, not a problem.
And the buildings don't have them then.
No, nothing like that is going to be. That stuff would have been stripped out long ago.
Okay. So Click, do you want to just try another family and just see how far we get?
I mean, I guess that's our only choice at this point. We have to find out more about Creepin' Jenny. I probably should have mentioned this earlier. I don't know a thing about counseling, but I can sell you as a counselor.
Yeah, no, I can do that part.
Alright.
One, maybe I'll ask, like if the kid was behaving weird beforehand or something, or, you know, maybe ask a little more about the kid.
Or, I mean, even if they have kids that haven't disappeared, maybe they've heard them talking about something weird. Imaginary friends. I mean, well, that would kind of blow our cover.
Yeah, we don't want to, like, say it. We'll just, you know, go to another family that's on the list. I mean, we have the list of people whose kids disappeared, so we just go to another one of them, say the same spiel, and then see what they tell us.
Okay.
Right? Or does that not make sense?
It makes sense to me. I mean, that's how we got this far.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, Patch, you're more in tune with emotions. Do you think you'd be better suited for this?
Yeah, possibly. Trying to think if maybe we take a different approach to get more information about what the kids. What if we say we're working on like a documentary series, like Unexplained Mysteries, Kids Leaving, new show. We're thinking about making a pilot.
Huh.
Well, what if we just... Well, we don't want them to share that, because if they think they're going to be on TV, they might tell people.
No, we tell them that we have an NDA.
Well,
like,
what if
we
we just
tell them
said-
that they have a non-disclosure agreement until it comes out because we don't want to spoil the episode.
Anybody know how to forge some convincing-looking contracts?
I mean, down here, who knows if they can even read?
Wow.
Ouch.
What if we went with the counselor thing, but said that we were working with the investigators, like they hired us?
Yeah, that works.
So they know that we know, but like we're not as scary. We're not like investigators. We're like, oh, we're counselors, but they hired us to help the people in this situation.
Yeah, that'll work. Then you won't get as much resistance, hopefully. Sounds like a plan. Hey, and don't use your real names this time.
Come on, I was trained to be a SLA operative, not a sneak around
I'm
guy.
not using my real name anyways.
That's
Fair.
I'm using my real name.
I shall be known as Angus.
Anybody who's anybody knows me as Click.
okay. Yeah, so we'll go find the address of the next person on the list and the next family.
Yeah.
Next most recent.
Okay. So you're given the information for the Wilmington family. It is actually a single parent, Maurice, who had 3 children previously. The two living ones are named Willie and Xena, and Alice was the child that was found dead recently. You're given the address, the resident block and the apartment number for them.
Okay. Well, knowing that, why don't you talk with the children and see what they know? Well, I talk with Maurice. We'll tell them that that children experience grief a lot stronger, so that you should talk with them while I talk with him.
Yeah.
So we'll
Okay.
go up, knock on the door.
Okay, so Patch and Reggie are going this time and clicking for Shrekker, hanging back.
Yeah.
And Redcap is still wandering about.
Yeah, I want to see if there's a park nearby.
Oh, okay. All right.
You're gonna try to steal a kid.
If you see a clown with red balloons, don't shoot him.
I thought we were supposed to kill this bitch.
Okay. So you Patch, Reggie, you knock on the door, and then after a moment, you can hear kids kind of clamoring on the other side, and then the guy in there says like, "Quiet down." And guy goes to the door and opens it up, more widely than the last people he visited. He's like, "Yeah," and he kind of looks at the Eben and the Neophron here, a little taken aback, but it's like, "Can I help you?" Huh?
Hi. We've been hired by the, what would you call it, the investigators? I'm a child psychologist, and this is my partner,
Ross.
Ross.
So you work for SLA Industries?
We're contracted for people who experience very major losses after the investigators. You did get visited by investigators, correct?
It's like, yeah. There was Shivers that came by.
Yeah, it was flagged in their report that you experienced a severe loss. So we just wanted to come and see how you were dealing with that, and maybe offer some support, some coping tips.
Oh, all right. Yeah, come on in.
Do you mind?
So the man, just to describe him, kind of scruffy, like he hasn't shaven in a while, but it's not really well kept, like it's, just kind of grown in. He's early 30s. He has, as he walks in, there's the two kids. One is probably a little bit older, around like 12. The other one younger, somewhere in the 8-year-old range. The girl is older, the boy is younger. And he comes in and he lets you in. And he's like, all right, yeah, come on in. He brings you in, and there's like a couch and a couple, padded chairs that are, little worn out. But he sits down on the couch and, he lets you, take your own seats.
So, can you tell us what happened the night, or the last time you saw your child? Sometimes that helps us develop a plan about what we need to focus on. What were your experiences leading up to and then immediately following
It's like,
discovering that your child was lost?
He sighs and kind of settles down. It's like 2 weeks ago is when she went missing. He's like, I yelled at her for staying up too late, told her to get to bed, and then I went to sleep myself. I woke up in the morning, she was gone. The other kids didn't know where she went. I thought maybe she had gotten up, wandered off, or got mad or something. She didn't say anything to any of them, and she probably would have told Xena if she was going somewhere. And we called in the Shivers, and they investigated, and during their investigation, he kind of gets choked up. It's like she turned up in the sewer about a block away.
And I like put a hand on him. It's like, it's okay. You need to let go of the grief about yelling at her for staying up. I'm sure she was staying up for some childish reason.
Yeah, she just wanted to watch TV. It's just I'm just trying every night I go over what happened in my head, trying to think about where she could have gone, what could have happened, and I don't know. I have no idea. It's just I woke up and she completely vanished. It's like and then when she turned up, I remember I got really mad. Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. That's unskilled.
Oh,
Hey, but I rolled a 9. And
Yeah, I could
we
do it.
add. Well, I'm the one talking, I guess. And I add charisma.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a 10.
Okay.
And I'm attractive. I don't know if that does anything, but I am attractive.
Sure. Yeah, so Reggie, are you staying there with him in the conversation? You're both sitting
Are
and
the
talking
kids
to him?
in the same room?
Yeah, I mean, again, one room apartment. They're just kind of off in the corner. But you're letting Patch
Yeah.
take the lead on the questioning.
Yeah, I'm trying to basically distract him while you go talk to the
I mean,
kid.
I can chime in. But...
Well, so are you going to stick around, or are you going to go try and talk to the kids?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess I'll try to talk to the kids.
Okay, so he's kind of engaged with you, Patch. Reggie, you kind of go stand up, kind of wander over to the corner, to the kids, and then so then Patch continues to talk to the guys like he's like I hired this prop to look into it because the Shivers closed the investigation after they found the body. They said the case was closed. It's like I still don't know what happened to my daughter. So I went down to the hellhole, just a couple blocks from here. Switchblade, this guy, I know he does things around, and I gave him every last uni I had to look into it.
And did he turn up anything? I know a lot of times the search for answers can, especially when it involves a missing child, it can consume the parent afterwards.
It's like I haven't heard back from him. It's been 3 days and nothing. Hasn't been seen at the hellhole for a while. I don't think he ran off with it. Switchblade has a decent reputation in this area, but maybe he's still looking. So Reggie, you go over to the corner where the kids are kind of playing, with some toys, figures and whatnot, while Patch is talking to the father. The young kid, Willie, looks up. He's like, "You're a bird."
Yeah, I am.
Zane's like,
Have you
"Wow."
ever seen someone like me before?
Zane is like, "I've seen someone like you on TV."
Were they yellow?
Like, why are you here? The little boy asks.
Well, I know something sad happened, and I just wanted to check in with you guys, see how you were feeling about it.
The girl's like, "Yeah, our sister died." Willie kind of like looks away uncomfortably. So like the girl keeps going on. She's like, "Yeah, she went missing, and then we couldn't find her. We looked for her, and then they found her. They found her a little bit later and said that that she had died.
How are you feeling about that?
Girl kind of shrugs, just like, sad. The boy kind of like nods, doesn't really say much.
What do you think? What do you think happened? Was he hanging out with anybody or doing anything weird before this happened?
How many ranks in persuasion do you have, Reg?
2.
Okay, give me a roll for that.
I have a bonus to non-neophrons.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just that if you had a certain skill height, it would have been an automatic,
Yeah.
but you'll just have to make a roll for it.
That's okay.
Mhm.
That is +7, but then I also have a bonus of +1 when
Okay.
it's a non-neophron. So is that +8?
Yep. Okay, so 13, 10, 13, 13. Okay. The kids kind of look at each other, and then the girl's like, Alice said that she had made a new friend at the park. And Willie kind of like nods. It's like called her Jenny. And she said that they played for a couple hours at the park, and that they were gonna find time to play again, and then afterwards she had said that Jenny came over and they played together, but we were here, and there was no one else here, so I don't know what she was talking about. And then she said before she left that she was gonna have a play date at Jenny's house soon. And then she disappeared.
So, did you say where she lives?
No, I mean, we thought she just probably lived around here.
And you were here with her, and she said that someone was there.
They nod.
But you didn't.
They shake their heads.
Okay. Have you heard any other kids talk about Jenny?
The little boy's like, we don't know any other kids.
Oh, they don't do like school and stuff? This is out of character. I don't.
Yeah.
Like, there's
some places do, some places don't. Again, once you get to this level of downtown, there's like no friggin' regulations or whatever. So some kids will have some sort of schooling, some won't. You know, it varies.
So it's not out of the ordinary that they wouldn't like.
Not really. Not for this area. No. Again, just because of safety concerns or whatever. Zaina's like, yeah, we sometimes see kids at the park, but we don't really go to their places, and they don't come here.
So that all started right before she disappeared then, huh?
The kids nod.
Did she describe Jenny to you at all?
I'm like, no, just said that she was a friend.
Well, thank you for sharing. Is there anything else that you think might be helpful?
And they kind of shrugged and like, no.
Okay.
So,
I think that's kind of.
yeah. So you finish up your conversation, Patch. Was there anything else you had for the father?
So the emotions you're feeling, they're natural and valid. It's going to get worse before it gets better, but it will get better. Be sure to reach out to your friends and family that you have, any of your supports. Be open with your emotions. And remember, you're not in this alone.
Okay. The guy just kind of nods, kind of blankly through. He's like, "All right, yeah. Thank you for your help." He's like, are you working with any investigators? Are people still looking into this?"
Oh yeah, people are. I have it on good authority that people are definitely still looking into this.
He kind of lets out a little bit of a sigh of relief. He's like, "Okay, that's good."
But since this is an open investigation, we just ask that you not share with anyone that we're still investigating it, as you know, we're still trying to figure things out.
He nods, just like, okay, yeah.
And then we take our leave. I guess.
Okay.
Well, while I was having the conversation and looking around, this is still another higher level apartment. I'm gonna like.
Yeah, this would be. I mean, yeah, most of the places the apartments don't even start till the second floor. So yeah,
Right.
this one's on the fourth floor.
Any type of like, I'm looking for any type of entry or exit areas, like windows or anything like that, besides the main door, because you said it was just like one room sleeping area.
Yeah. I mean, there's a window out, and there does happen to be a fire escape for this one. But the makeup of the building is similar to the previous one. Very varying points of entry, exit, etc.
Okay. And what type of locks are on the door, by the way? Is it just standard?
Key lock, standard. You know, on the doorknob. Chain locks. And there's like a chain lock on this one that the guy wasn't using at the time. But cheap stuff that would be easily picked,
Right.
potentially. You know, maybe some places have deadbolts, maybe not. I mean, even as you pass by, you kind of saw it kind of varied, or looked like some locks had been like replaced or switched out or whatever. So there was kind of a myriad, and a mixture of, like I said, for this one, chain lock, doorknob lock. But you saw some deadbolts as you walked by too.
And it looks like he doesn't really use the chain lock very often.
He didn't when you came. Or at
Okay.
least you didn't hear like anything slide or whatever.
Okay. That kind of
Uh.
answers my question without answering I was like, oh well, like if a kid went missing and he had a chain lock, the chain lock would have to go back. But if he doesn't use the chain lock, then that wouldn't be out of place for the chain lock to be unlocked. And I probably wouldn't want to ask him about that anyways, because it's not part of our investigation or our cover.
Right. Okay, so you all head out.
Yep.
Okay. All right. For Shrek, click. What are you doing? Oh, sorry, Reggie. What are you saying?
No, I was just gonna say then I would share with Patch that the kids brought up the same thing about Jenny, and it sounds like maybe the kids might be willingly going with this person or thing because they're befriending.
Yeah.
It, they, them, whoever it is befriending.
If they were all sleeping in the same room, I mean, all these kids are sleeping in the same room with their parents, and they were probably sleeping right next to their siblings. So, if someone came in, like if an actual person came in, it would wake them up.
Yeah, and the kid said that she said she was gonna go to Jenny's house, so
Right.
the kids knew that she was gonna spend time with this whatever.
And he doesn't, and I'd say, and he doesn't look like he uses the chain lock on his door, so it could be that they could leave and they wouldn't even know because they just got up and left in the night.
was the
What?
conversation I wanted to have. You can move on. Sorry.
So where are these kids meeting, Jenny?
We don't know.
The park.
That's the first time they're meeting in the park.
Maybe we should check out the park.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
I'm on it.
Wait a
You're
minute.
way ahead of the game, Redcap.
Wait a minute. Where's Redcap?
He's at the park. No, oh no.
I'm at the park.
Fucking
Why?
fast forward to Redcap just sitting on a swing set. It's like
Yes.
it's the fucking crossbeam just kind of buckles and his like butt's like hanging like half a foot off the ground.
I'm trying to make some child push me.
8 children get up behind you and try and push you, and nobody can succeed in doing it.
Hey kids, did you know Jenny means death in a different language? Don't
Wow.
talk to her.
All right. So for Shrek and Click, what are you doing while Reggie and Patch are inside? We'll get to Redcap after.
Fuck. You mentioned something about that prop. We can ask around about that prop.
Okay. That would be after you met up with Patch and Reggie because they got that information during that meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the interim while they're there, you're just kind of hanging out, getting a feel for the place, similar to the way that the last place went.
Okay, so while they're doing that, what can we do? I already scoped out the building. It's easy mode for kidnapping for a non-powered individual. So I got nothing. Click, what are you doing?
Well, I don't know if there's much else I'd want out of, the families. And I mean, it was my hunch as well that the kids were leaving voluntarily. I don't know if there's any, like you said, there's no security cameras working. I think checking out the park's our best bet. So probably in the meantime, probably just wander the halls, see if you can pick up any snippets of conversation.
Yeah, I'll do the same. I will use my good hearing. See if I can hear kids whispering about Jenny.
Control F, Jenny.
All right, so you're at the park with Redcap then, or are you just okay? So you guys all head over to the park together, the three of you. Okay.
Yeah.
So once you get to the park, let me just check something quick, y'all.
Are we all going over there? We're all going over there.
Well, I think those guys were going while you and Patch investigated, questioned the guys.
How would they know about the park beforehand?
Yeah,
Redcap already there.
we'd probably go after.
I was just gonna go there because that's where kids hang out.
Yeah. Yeah, they just were. Redcap was just going to a park, so were you guys going just to follow Redcap?
If I was gonna steal a kid, where would I go?
Yeah, I mean that seems simple enough to me. Here,
Local Smiley Burger, yeah.
that's where kids go to be fucking supervised.
Yeah.
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 Well, I guess if Redcap says anything about going to the park, I'll probably tag along.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
fuck, why not?
All right. So you go. The three of you go over to the park. And when you get there, it is totally empty. The park is a seesaw and a swing set, and nobody is there, and nothing is being used.
Is it because it's nighttime, or is this creepy?
Is it nighttime? It's not nighttime. It's it's evening. It's a little late, but kids would probably still be out around this time.
Yeah, it's probably starting to get around that kids disappear after they play at this park.
Yeah.
Well,
I
guess
look
we can
for-
around.
I look for weird tracks and manhole covers.
Yeah,
I
sewer
have
grate.
tracking if that helps at all.
Okay. Hang on a second. All right. Yeah, you can go ahead and give me you give me a tracking check.
Oh, goody.
That's
Plus
not bad.
5.
There you go. That ain't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
All right.
Skills to pay the bills, baby.
Yeah, word. Yeah, so you go ahead and look around, and you do find that nearby here there is a sewer grate that looks like it. I mean, it's definitely movable. Everything is so kind of dirty and scratched up that it's kind of tough to tell how much use it's gotten, but like it's definitely like it's close by, and it's doesn't look like it's been like painted to the ground or whatever. Like it looks like it was potentially used at some point.
Okay. Like, found a sewer hole over here. I'm gonna go down there, I think.
Is that a good idea?
I mean, I'm not a little girl, so I'll be okay.
If it's a... Nah, lad. Nah.
Unless there's unless there's pigs down there.
I
That's a
was about to say, even if the thing isn't that dangerous, there's still fucking pigs down there. Don't go down there alone.
You want to come down there with me?
Not unarmored.
Nah. And you're not bringing me gun down there. I spent too much damn money on that.
Well, you can hold it. I got a pistol. I'm fine.
You're not going down there alone, lad.
Okay. Well, I think we should go down there. Check it out. I don't know what kind of leads you guys got, but I went to this park because that's where kids hang out, and they all got disappeared. They all went into the sewer at some point, and this is the nearest sewer.
You really can't argue with that logic.
It makes fucking sense. Give me my goddamn gun.
Here
We
you
should
go.
at least armor up before we go down there.
If only Rauka was here.
I don't care.
Rauka, we need you, buddy.
It'd be even more fucked up. Like, if only it was Rauka was here, we could go down into the sewer. Well, let's see what else is around.
That's a bust. You don't have Rauka anymore.
I could just refuse to go into the sewer.
It's above my SCL here.
All right, so you all head down into the sewer.
Yeah, on my shoulder-mounted flashlight.
Okay.
Whew.
My gun has a flashlight on it.
Okay, gotcha. And then
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah.
Handheld.
okay. Let me see here.
Seems like
Turning
Charlie just disappeared. We should probably go back to the hotel and get some drinks.
I tell Patch and Reggie what we're doing. I'm like, I found a sewer near the park. I'm gonna go down there.
Can you wait for us to get our gear and?
I suppose.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah.
Because
I mean, why not?
I'm in business casual right now, and
Well, you don't have to come down. They're not serving drinks or anything, so.
What the bloody hell are you texting?
Oh, someone texting.
No, they're just going. He's just saying you're going back and forth through this sort of conversation.
Oh, I thought we had comms. So I
You
was-
might, but they might not be able to use them because they're in conversations with other people right
Oh,
now.
right. Yeah, that wouldn't occur to me at all.
Yeah. Why are they leave me on red?
Why are you Why are you texting me? Just want to go spelunking.
So do you wait for them, or do you go down then?
I'll wait.
Okay. All right.
I'll, keep an eye out while I'm waiting.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not too thrilled about going into a sewer, but
I mean, worst case, I scare off all the children so they can't be kidnapped from the park.
I guess
Can't
that's
kidnap
fair.
children if there's no children in the park.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm so smart.
All right.
Gotta go to the other park across, like 3 blocks away.
All right. So you guys are hanging out at the park for like 15, 20 minutes ish, and then suddenly for Shrek, you start to hear kids laughing, and you start to hear like kind of more of like a commotion.
I perk up towards the noise.
All right. So like you look up, and all of a sudden there's probably 6, 7 kids that are there in the park, using the
Wait.
seesaws and the swing set and running around.
I didn't hear them come. They were just there.
Bam.
Lots.
Yeah.
You seen this?
Hey, where'd those kids come from?
You seen this? Shit.
Click Redcap. You still don't see anything.
Oh, never mind.
You,
Hey, where'd not those kids come from?
What?
Did I hear anything?
You feeding,
Lots.
buddy?
There's children everywhere.
Where? I don't see them.
Okay. All right.
You
All
running
right.
behind on your fix,
All
buddy?
right. I'm seeing shit. Okay. Well, just let you know, I see kids here, and you don't. So
Where are they?
I'm pointing at the seesaw. Is the seesaw moving?
Yeah, for you, there's kids bopping up and down on it. For them, no, there's nobody here.
I walk
See-
all the way over there.
Okay.
Kind of jog over. Right here?
Yeah.
For Shrek, you
Step on them by accident.
you look back, and Redcap and Click are standing completely still.
I'm going to. I'm just gonna jam Mind Numb right into my neck. It's like, all right, shit's about to get real.
Redcap, you walk over to the seesaw and you look back at for Shrek, and he's just, and he's actually. So you look back for Shrek. For Shrek is gone.
Shrek, where'd you go?
Oh no.
For Shrek, you don't hear them anymore at this point.
I lost them. Like,
all right,
where the hell did he go?
Let my manual tell me about this. Fuck.
I go
do I have
back. Sorry, go ahead.
do I have my gun?
Yeah. I mean, you said you brought it with you.
I gave it
All
back
right,
to
so I
him.
have my gun. I have my drugs. All right. I'm gonna squat down with one of the kids, keeping alert. Hey, kid, I'm a Slay. What's going on, lad?
Wow, hi. They're like the kids kind of start to kind of come over to you. Hi. Wow,
Hey,
you're from Slay? Where's your badge? Where's your gun? Where's your armor? They start asking you like a bunch of questions. Like you just get fucking surrounded by these kids.
All right. Give me some space, lads.
You kind of shove them, get a little bit of distance. Get
All
into a
right.
little bit of distance.
All right, I'm your local Slay
Rush.
operative. I'm your local Slay operative here to let you know about the dangers of the streets. How about we all sit around in a circle and you ask me some safety questions. All right. This is
Okay.
a Slay community outreach program.
How many
I
people
say-
have you killed?
I rushed back to the grate, by the way. I
Do
was,
you
like,
know
trying to look
Captain
for-
Contract?
No, don't know Captain Contract. I'm gonna make a detect check to see if anything sounds wrong.
Okay. Go ahead. While he's doing this,
Plus
well,
5 because I'm my ears.
okay. While he's making that roll, Click Redcap. What are you doing?
I rushed back over to the grate where I last saw for Shrek, and I pull the grate open.
Okay.
It's still closed, right?
Yeah, you pull the grate open. There's another grate underneath it.
Okay.
Keep pulling grates, I guess.
Okay, you pull another one. Click. You watch Redcap go over and do this. Like he's just pulling, like flinging grates off of this, and there just keeps getting replaced by another one and another one.
All right.
For
Click, this
there's
is not so great.
Boss, I got an 11, a 9, a 9, and an 8.
okay. This also everything like this seems like a normal park now. There's kids around. They're asking questions. Like it seems like the scene that you expected when you came here.
All right. I'm gonna message Reggie that at the park. I'm gonna message Reggie that I'm at the park, doing intel on kids. Redcap and Click disappeared.
Redcap and Click for you are still there. For Shrek, they're just standing still.
Oh. Lads! These are my assistants, Mr. Redcap and Click. I go up to him, put my arms on him. Why don't you ask them questions? I like shake them.
Wow, a stormer! Redcap, you all of a sudden, go from where you are at the grate to you look down and you are surrounded by children. For Shrek is next to you, kind of like jostling your shoulder. And there's a bunch of kids that are like pawing at your armor and like shouting a bunch of incomprehensible questions at you.
Hey, where the hell did you go?
What the hell's wrong with you? You were zoned out.
This is weird. Where's Click?
You look to your right and Click is standing just completely still.
What the hell? I shake him.
Yeah. All right.
That's what I do. I'm like, ah.
All right. Yeah. You jostle Click. And his body, like he is upright. But he is like affixed in some sort of trance. At present moment.
Oh crap.
All right. Okay. You talk to the kids because you're the stormer. I'll stay nearby and do some super secret intel gathering.
Hey kids,
Kids?
where's your parents?
Don't know.
Where's Jenny?
Huh? There's confusion from a good bunch of them, and then like one of them from the back's like, she's not here today.
Where is she? You know?
Kid shakes his head.
What's she look like?
I'm
I'm looking for her.
It's like
She's a witness of something.
It's like black hair, eyes. She's got like a brown shirt and pants.
Okay. Do you know where she lives?
She's just at the park sometimes.
Oh. Okay. What else do you know about her?
Nothing. She just plays with us.
What do you play?
Paul?
Yes, for Shrek.
What kind of check is it to remember the reports I just read? And did they have pictures?
Did the reports have pictures of who? There is no picture that was on the hunter sheet specifically.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have it.
There is no description of anybody according to the reports. Nothing along those lines.
Okay, so we didn't get like the names of the kids that are missing.
Oh yeah, I mean you'd have those, and I mean you'd have descriptions with them, and I mean like for as non-descriptive a bullshit description this kid's giving, it probably matches a couple of them, but not after kind of yourself and Redcap further prodding them. it doesn't, like, it doesn't seem like it's them. Click. So in addition, so like as you're, watching Redcap, kind of throw away these grates, then after a little bit he just vanishes as well. And now you look around, and the seesaw and the swing set are the only things here. All of the buildings have disappeared, including the ones above you. The ground is still there. But you are effectively in a wide open space that seems to stretch out forever, and you are all alone.
That's good.
Can I slap Click?
So this is going on while you're kind of questioning the kids and whatnot. So hold that thought. So Click, what do you do?
I think I oh jeez. I start calling out for Redcap and for Shrek.
Okay. So yeah, you call out. There's no response. You can hear your voice echoing very clearly, like you're just calling out to a large empty room.
Oh jeez.
And it's difficult to explain, but it almost feels like the space you're in is expanding, like it's getting more and more empty.
I'm gonna try and call the squad on the communicators.
Okay. You call through, and after you do, you just hear just static.
Alright, I sit down on the swing.
Okay. You sit down and you just kind of instinctively just start rocking back and forth on it. Feels nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to do. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing in any direction. I'm just gonna sit here and wait.
Okay. Yeah. And you sit down on it and you think to yourself that the swing's kind of fun. You haven't been on one since you were a kid. It kind of reminds you of the times that you spent at parks like this with your friends, before all of this, before SLA Industries, before the gangs even. A simpler time, a time where you had nothing at all, not even a fraction of what you have now, but in a lot of ways you were happier. Feels like you want to stay here.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna regret this. I say, Jenny.
Jenny.
Okay. For Shrek, you're gonna slap him.
Yeah. I'm gonna slap him awake.
Okay. How hard do you hit him? I guess that's the question. You know what? You're rushed up. You hit him as hard as you can.
Say, I Walter chop him in the face.
Yeah.
Roll up another character, Perry.
Yeah. Well, I might have to after this anyway.
You
Lethal, but he's got a headache.
You smash him across the face. He drops to the ground. The kid's like, wow! Like, the kids are super excited to see it. And they're like, wow, is he a bad guy? And they kind of like rush over to him as he's like, so the kids just kind of swarm over his butt. Like, I'm Captain Contract. They all just start kind of like jumping on him.
Get off him. He might explode.
What?
I have been in this situation.
Now I got you special medicine, you motherfucker. You're making me use me second to last dose. I'm going to Uma Thurman rush him in the chest.
Oh, God.
right. Redcap, what are you doing?
I'm like, holy crap, that's crazy.
This is hardcore even for me.
I actually, I call on the, pick up my phone and I call Reggie.
All right, so
Because I don't know what to do.
yeah, so Reggie and Patch, as you're coming out, like Reggie, your communicator like goes off.
I answer it.
Yeah, it's Redcap, which is unusual to begin with.
Hey, Park,
You hear a bunch of kids in the background.
yeah, there's a bunch of kids. New guy is frozen, and I think we might have. What do those kids look like that were taken? You got pictures?
Did you say we don't know what the kids look like that were taken, or we do? Like,
I think he was asking if you knew what the kids look like.
I guess I figured
I'm
we would
asking
because
you. I wouldn't know that. I'm asking you as.
Yeah,
the
no,
GM.
there was pictures provided for all the kids.
Okay. Yes.
I put it on video and I turn it to the kids. I'm like, are these the kids?
No, they're different kids.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
No, it doesn't look like that.
All right, false alarm. We just found some kids.
All right.
Never mind. Sorry. Hang up.
So Reggie and Patch, what do you do?
I guess we gotta rush to the park.
I guess you also see the kids swarming. Okay, so I guess I should describe the scene to you because you see probably about 8 children, kind of like swarming on top of Click, and for Shrek, like over like in the middle of them, like trying to shove them away, and it looks like he's got something like held against Click's chest. It's a very chaotic scene.
Leave them alone for 15 minutes.
Sick. Before I hang up, I say, "Oh yeah, for Shrek, hit him with the," and then it hangs up.
Do we have time to grab our stuff, or was it like that's gonna take way too long?
I mean, it's gonna take you time for sure.
I pick Click up off the ground.
Okay.
I guess we have to rush. I really don't want to rush over there without my suit.
into his
but we
chest.
kind of have to.
You don't have to rush because Click is rushing.
It's fucking hard. All right. So you both heading over there then?
Yeah.
If you wanted to run to your hotel and get to there, like even if you were like everything, the stars align for you in terms of just you haul ass over there or whatever, it's probably going to be like a half hour.
Yeah. So we just rush over.
Okay. Click. So you're swinging on the thing. You call out Jenny, and then you hear a voice behind you. It's like, I thought you'd be too mean. You turn around, you see a girl standing there, brown hair, like a loose, kind of fitting like a blue shirt, and then like kind of like a looser fitting like brown shirt over it, like a pink skirt, kind of pale skinned, like pink like slipper shoes sort of, and she's like swinging on the swing next to you.
I say, what do you mean?
She's like, adults are pretty mean. They're usually not interested in playing.
Well, life is hard for a lot of adults. Sometimes you have to have patience with them.
She nods.
What are you doing here?
She shrugs. She's like, I'm just looking for people to play with.
How long have you been looking?
She's like, I don't know.
Have you found anybody?
She nods. She's like, yeah.
Where are they now?
She's like, they're in the yard. You want to come?
Maybe soon. I want to stay here for a while.
She's like, you sure? Why don't you come now?
I like it here.
It's
I haven't been on a swing in a really long time.
It's like, it's a really nice in the yard.
I bet it is. Be patient. I just want to talk for a little while. I swing for a little bit without saying anything to her. Just kind of see if she'll get impatient and say something.
She definitely gets kind of fidgety a little bit. And she's like, it's so much nicer there.
Tell me about yourself, Jenny.
She's like, what do you want to know?
Where'd you come from?
She's like, I grew up here.
I grew up in a place a lot like this. So I say, what kind of games do you play when you're in the yard with the other kids?
She's like, tag mostly.
Tag, huh?
Mm-hmm.
They have fun too?
Oh, yeah. It's really fun. Why don't you come?
Well, I've got some friends coming. Maybe they'd like to play too.
No, your friends are mean.
How do you know that? You haven't even
I know.
met them.
She just
I'm
kind of
not.
cuts you off.
Well, I've been hanging out with them for a while, and I don't think they're that mean.
If they weren't mean, they would be here.
Well, I don't know how to respond to that, Jenny.
You should come to the yard.
You sure you don't want me to get my friends first?
Oh, yeah. So, Jenny's like, you don't want to come to the yard?
Well, like I said, Jenny, I'm having fun on these swings. Why don't we play here for a while?
I'll make the yard come to you. And all of a sudden, like, the swing kind of falls out from underneath, and up from the blank space in the ground, just starts kind of popping up, just all sorts of colorful buildings, like just like the nicest, like craziest playground you've ever seen. Just starts kind of springing out of the ground. You know, the rusty swing set that you had was replaced by one that's, 10 feet tall, really built perfectly for you instead of for a kid. Slides start to pop up and children start to slide down them. Like, it starts to turn into this, like, fucking wonderland. At this time, for Shrek, Click, now gassed up on Rush, shoves you off of him, shoves the kids off of him, stands straight up, and starts to go towards the sewer grate.
Oh, hell no! I'm gonna tackle him.
Yeah, I say I grab his arm or something and try to, hold
All
him
right.
off.
Okay.
Why does everything hurt?
So you two grab him, and Click, as as the stuff is popping up around you, like, it starts to stop and shift back downward, and then Jenny kind of you can tell she's kind of like starting to get upset, like, why is this happening? Why won't you just come and play with me? Why can't you get your friends off of you and get to where we need to go? And then, like, her voice kind of like drops, and you start to see, like, not only does stuff start to kind of like drop back down, but it starts to kind of like shred apart. Stuff starts to look very garbled. You start to hear voices that sound like adult voices, but then they kind of go away and get replaced by the laughter of kids, and you feel like your world is being ripped apart. And you are, like, you're almost kind of, you feel yourself, like, frozen in place, like you can't move. You try and talk, but you really can't hear yourself. And you are, like, really, like, and all of a sudden you just feel like your heart is beating like 100 fucking miles an hour. and you're trying to process all of this, but having an incredibly hard time. You start to hear like Jenny's voice again, kind of like screaming and kind of shifting tone in and out. And as you're trying to process this, Patch, Reggie, you show up and you see like for Shrek and Redcap just like dog piled on top of Click, who is like trying more effectively than he probably would under normal circumstances to throw them off. But they are still managing to keep him held down and restrained while the kids around kind of just like start jumping up and down and cheering for what's going on.
I can explain.
He calls back as
Uh,
I don't know what's going on, but Click is he's messed up. Maybe we should doctor him or something. I'll try. We could try to hold him still and then look at him.
see, what happened is that all of a sudden, children started appearing out of nowhere. Then these two, then the other two were not moving, so I got Redcap awake to help me out, and Click wasn't moving, so I slapped him, then he went unconscious, then I stabbed him in the chest with a rush, and now we're here.
Yeah, and I saw Click and he was fine, and then Shrek grabbed me, and then I saw for Shrek and Click wasn't moving anymore. I don't know what's going on. Stop moving! And now he's moving, and it's annoying.
Click, did you have any weapons on you?
Yeah.
What'd you have?
I have my 603.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Let's see.
It's time to get shot.
Shoot the Stormer.
You can take it.
Oh, armor damage, no!
You can regenerate, so you're.
I know. Not the armor, though.
Oh crap.
So as you're kind of pinning him down, a gunshot goes off, and Click, roll your pistol skill.
Okie dokie.
Real good. I mean bad. I mean good.
Good, bad.
Ah, fuck!
Sure, now I roll high.
God
So,
damn it.
so that's one success. But how many skill die successes?
What's plus 7?
Plus 7, so 3
I
skill
can,
dice.
well, no, I can re-roll a failure. You want me to try real hard?
I mean, that's up to you. You can also re-roll you can spend a luck to re-roll all of your skill die to try and roll worse.
I'm all out of luck.
All right, roll
Me
your.
too, evidently.
So 4 successes. So roll your damage, or 3 successes rather.
What is the damage on a 603?
Oh, I have that. Hang on.
Yeah, Fen 603 is, I think it's just 1d10.
1d10
minus 2?
plus 3.
1d10 plus 3, okay. No, that's the assault rifle.
No, I think it's minus 2.
Oh, yeah.
1d10
sorry.
minus 2.
My bad. Rolls a 10. Rolls a... No, that's not a 10.
For Shrek, take 9 damage.
Oh.
Yeah, all of us.
Well, I take 8 because I'm on rush.
Okay, there you go. Yep.
Ooh, strategery.
So I just look down at the hole in my stomach.
Yeah,
because
All
I
of a
don't
sudden,
feel-
yeah, all of a sudden a gunshot goes off, and you look down, and Click has got like his gun out, and is just like firing it upwards.
Can I make a hand-to-hand roll to either like put my boot across his face or knock him out, or kick the gun away from him?
Yeah, I mean, you could do either or if you wanted. Unarmed combat, you know, and then I would say, you know, depending if you hit his arm, then you could disarm him. You'd still be doing damage, but you know, you could potentially be doing less. So yeah, if you want to make an unarmed combat check, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I yell very loudly and use intimidate to make the kids run away.
The kids run after the gunshot. Like,
Oh,
they haul
okay.
ass out of there.
All right, then. Cool.
+6 to that. So that is 13, 10, 16, 15.
Okay. Let me just double check what so punch strength -2 damage. So what's your strength?
4.
Okay. So click take 2 damage, and then yeah, you get like shot in the stomach, and then you kind of grab his arm, you slam it against the ground, and the gun goes flying out. And at this point, Click, you kind of get just yanked out of this world, back into reality, and you start to hear like the screams of children around. For Shrek is over you, bleeding on top of you. You feel your hand get hit hard against the ground, like slammed against the pavement, and you just watch as your gun kind of goes skittering across the blacktop. And Redcap is like screaming, trying to like get the kids to run off. Patch and Reggie are just kind of stunned at what's fucking going on. They just showed up.
Yeah, did we see the kids?
Yeah, the kids. Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Yeah, you do.
I imagine that Reggie was like walking along before he got there, just singing 8675309. He's like, I don't know why this song's in my head. And then as he's saying, he's like, Jenny, I've got you. He's like, it's on the scene. There's crazy stuff happening.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Blue is sticking out of his chest.
Actually, draw aim on Click because I don't really know what's going on. So I don't shoot him, but I like point my gun at him.
Yeah, and also like Click, you are also.
At this point,
Sorry. Click.
I'm
Go ahead.
I'm rushed. Sorry. I'm rushed as well. So at this point, I'll like put my knife against his throat to like tell him to calm down.
All right.
Yeah.
Calm down. Just calm down.
Yeah, Click, you wake up, you're fucking flying, like your heart is just beating out of your goddamn chest, and for Shrek is holding a knife to your neck. Screaming at you to calm down while he bleeds onto you. And it just disarms you.
Probably screaming, what the fuck? And trying to get the knife away from my neck at this point.
Do you try and disarm for Shrek?
Are we cool? Are we cool?
I'm reaching for my pistol.
Yeah, he's trying to scrabble like at his gut for his gun.
Forgot the safe word. Cut him up.
Get the fuck off me!
Are you good? Are you cool?
I don't fucking know. You're gonna kill me.
I'm not gonna kill you if you're cool.
Then throw the knife away.
We get up on 3. 1, 2, 3.
I immediately
What was that?
I immediately grabbed the pistol and pointed at him.
I'm like, no, you don't, buddy.
Yeah, you look over and Redcap has got his gun on you too.
Stop fucking hitting me!
You just shot him.
What?
You shot for Shrek.
When?
You're done.
Yeah, I just
He has a hole in him.
I just nonchalantly point the bleeding hole in my stomach.
He has a hole.
Holy
You have
shit.
one less bullet. Do the
When did
math.
that happen? I didn't do that shit.
Reggie, we're not allowed to leave them alone ever again.
yeah, no. They are terrible at this.
You're doing fine.
That is not how you calm someone down.
It's a process.
Everyone just stop, breathe.
Yeah.
Stop. Collaborate.
That's a bullet wound. I don't have my med kit on me. We need to take care of that, though.
Yes.
We need to get out of here now.
Yeah. Get out of the park first
This place is fucking
before
weird.
the adrenaline wears off. Because you're going to be hurting in about 2 minutes.
No, he's good for about 2 hours.
So can someone calmly tell me what's going on here?
It's confusing.
You're
But
telling me.
the three of us came to the
If
park.
I'll put our weapons down.
Three of us came to the park, okay? And then Shrek said he saw some kids. So I ran over to that thing, the seesaw. Yeah, and then he disappeared. And it was just me and Click. And then next thing I know, Shrek is shaking me, and I see him, and Click is like he can't move. And then I don't know what happened with him, but then he shot Shrek. You guys showed up. We had a shouting match. It was pretty wild. And yeah, that's it, right? Oh yeah, he stabbed him with a thing of rush to try and wake him up. Forgot about that part.
And then said, "Calm down." After stabbing him with rush.
Yeah, I guess that's tough.
Counterintuitive, huh?
He was unconscious. It was the quickest way I knew I had to wake him back up.
It worked. You woke up.
It did
See?
work.
Wait a minute. Why was I unconscious?
I don't know. What
You
happened
weren't
was,
moving.
I don't know. Somebody
is
stabbed you.
we get here. I turn around, and all of a sudden there are kids here. I hear them approach, and they were just in the middle of things, like they were there the whole time. I turn around, these two are standing still, like their goddamn skin channels on, and they're 12 years old, hitting puberty for the first time.
Oh, yeah,
So-
I remember that.
So I take look at the situation. I wake up Red Cap. We talk to the kids, keep them entertained, keep them safe. Click's not waking up. I try shaking him, he ain't waking up. So I slap him across the face. He goes down. Take out me rush. Shock him in the heart. He gets up. He starts booking it towards the sewer.
Okay.
Things
well,
are here.
we don't have to be in that anymore. Now, where do we go from here?
Well,
Click. What happened to you?
What
Well-
happened to Click?
Well, I never saw any kids. I mean, I saw one.
One.
Uh,
There were like 7 of them.
No, I met Jenny.
Oh.
What?
Uh,
Who's here?
Yeah. She's
I
not
didn't see her.
human. We gotta get we have to leave here and never come back. We're not rated for this shit. So I basically I'll tell them what I experienced.
Okay.
I don't know what to do about this squad. This is a little too much for me.
Yeah, that sounds really scary. If that's what's happening to the kids, I can imagine that must have been scary for them too.
Well, that's the thing. It wasn't scary, not at first. She wanted me to come and play with her. She said I could come because I wasn't mean. And then she said she'd bring the yard to me, and that's when that's when it all started to go wrong. She got mad. Maybe it was you guys waking me up.
You ran towards the sewer, so we grabbed you, so you wouldn't go down there.
Well, I guess I owe you my life then, because that would have been the end of me.
Yeah, well, I thought we all agreed to go there at the same time, so I didn't want you to go first.
That was me second to last dose. You better be grateful.
Well, I think you owe me after slapping me in the face.
Fuck. So
I'll do it
can't
again,
catch her?
motherfucker.
You shot him.
we can't.
Yeah, you got me back, lad.
Yeah, I'll do it again, motherfucker.
well, we're all in the park yelling and you're bleeding. We should probably, get out of
Yeah.
Get out of
Get off Jenny's domain.
Yeah, yeah, we can explain to the
that
shippers
patch
that will soon
sewed
show
back
up
up.
about this.
Yeah, let's
Yep,
sew that
yeah,
back
yeah.
up and come back.
Walk and talk.
I mean, we can at least report our findings to the extermination peeps.
Yeah, but it's extermination. They probably want us to go down and stop this from happening again.
I mean, this isn't really assigned to us. This is kind of a voluntary thing.
Yeah,
True, but
it's not a VPN.
I mean,
Yeah.
providing info isn't necessarily a bad thing.
I mean, someone else would get the
We
payment.
don't have to.
We don't have to tell the people around here. We don't have to even tell the shivers. But I mean, I don't know how to beat something like that. Do you? Have you ever seen? I don't even know if this kid was real.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they would be grateful for the information, and I mean, they're not going to give us the bounty, of course, but reward us. And either way, we should probably, get for Shrek not bleeding, right?
We definitely get for Shrek not bleeding.
He grabbed some dirt.
No.
You don't want this dirt.
Yeah, that's gonna make it worse. Okay.
Patch, you don't have your death suit on you at all, right?
No, I don't have my
Yeah.
death suit. I don't have my med pack. Everything.
Right.
The
Hey,
hotel.
Let's rush him,
Is it
rush
in
him back
and
to
out?
the fancy hotel.
Isn't it in and out shot, or like is there one hole or two?
To entry and exit, definitely would have gone through you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah, so we need to get back to the hotel before your drugs wear off, so that we.
Honestly, that's probably better than a bullet bouncing around in your guts.
Yeah.
well, yeah, it is. Just want to know how many holes I have to plug.
With dirt.
Don't. No more dirt. Just
Just
hold it.
dry it up in there.
Patch is just trying to stuff dirt on the or Redcap's trying to stuff dirt in for Shrek's back.
Nah, not me.
Right.
Yeah, can you pick him up and carry him? And we need to get back to the hotel. I can patch him up there.
Yeah. I get like something to hold pressure on there, and
He's
Carry
just
him
walking around with no shirt, holding pressure on either side of the hole.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like a vital bleed, but it's easy enough to stop up. So you guys get back to the motel.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use my med kit on him.
Okay.
I have the stats for my med kit. One automatic skill dice on all medical rolls, and either heal 2 hit points or 1 wound. So I'm assuming this is a wound.
There definitely is a wound for that. Yeah.
Okay.
I have like 11 health left.
You
hurts.
probably would have lost, because of wounds. It's I think you lose 1 hit point every 20 minutes or so. Bleeding, 2 hit points every 20 minutes. So you'd probably lose another 2. So you'd probably be down to 9 total before they get you back.
Yeah, that hurts. Ow.
Yeah.
I can heal you so I can get my death suit on. But as for immediate thing, we'll use the med kit. And I get 1. Oh.
Ah!
Well,
Get your finger out of there! You're not.
that's my butt.
What was the roll on the success die, Patch?
1 on the success die.
Yeah.
Plus, my skill is 5. I want to say heal. No, that's not heal. It's medical.
Medicine? Yeah, medical.
So plus 5.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
only
that's
sucks.
you try and patch it. It's been so fucking long since you've used the conventional ass medkit that you honestly just can't pack it effectively. Like, I don't get it. Why is he still bleeding? Like, you don't.
Yeah.
I fucking touched him. Like, what's going on? And yeah, I mean, he's still it just does not work.
Okay, give me time. Just hold that gauze on him 1 second, and I go to the bathroom, change into my death suit,
Okay.
and come back out and do a heal roll for, I forgot the exact name of the spell. It's the major healing spell, or the main healing spell I have. Sorry.
It's okay.
I usually have these all bookmarked.
I don't know if it's the mind numb still coming, but I thought death would be a lot more menacing this close to it.
Is it advanced heal?
Is that the rank 3 one?
Yep.
Yeah. So rank 3 heal, yeah.
Rating
Wait,
at 10.
what is that? What's that
What?
mind numb thing do?
Shivers irritate when going out into the cannibal sector. Makes you not scared.
Uh,
I shot up when children started appearing, and I already thought there was some boogity boo going on, so didn't want
I
shit.
rolled a 7 plus 8.
Plus 8? Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, you definitely succeed. So, he removes 1 wound and gets back 6 hit points.
That tickles.
Yeah, so you're not bleeding anymore. You gain back the 6.
And I need a 10, so let me just see how many successes I got. 8.
I think you got 4.
Okay, that's enough for me to regain my flux.
Yeah. So you're going to try and do it again to top him off, or?
Yeah, I'll top them off with, yeah.
All right.
Hopefully.
You got it.
6 plus 8, so yeah. And 10. So 3 successes is... Okay. Yeah, so I kind of like channel, you see the kind of lines go the suit and...
Yep. Yeah, you
and
for Shrek, you within, a matter of a minute or so just feel instantly better. Like, pull's gone. You feel fine. Still jacked up. Click, as you're sitting down and you're watching all of this going on, you cannot shake the feeling that once he gets back up to full, like, for Shrek's gonna kill you. Take 1 rank in psychosis paranoia.
Yay! Is that under trait?
Yes. Yeah, psychosis is hang on.
I don't know. Single rank.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, that's psychosis and paranoia is on 96, page 96.
So excuse me. So I'm still holding my pistol and just kind of glaring daggers.
Yeah. Reggie, as Patch is attending to for Shrek, and Redcap's just kind of hanging out, because he probably wouldn't notice this. You happen to see, like, Click just, like, pretty tightly gripping his pistol. You wouldn't be pointing it at him, right?
No.
You're just holding on to it real tight, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on there?
Nothing.
Doesn't look like nothing.
Just don't let that guy out of my sight.
Do you think any messed with your head, like more permanently than?
Well, I don't know. I did get mind controlled.
Yeah,
That's not a
maybe,
thing.
No, you
maybe
didn't.
you don't need the gun. No,
What?
I was just saying maybe you don't need the gun right now because I think you've been through something traumatic and,
I
need a gun.
I kind of stare Reggie down for a few seconds. I loosen my grip on it, but I don't put it down.
Yeah, you know, Reggie, you notice Click kind of relax a little bit.
Okay, well, maybe you could set the gun down. We'll see, kind of talk this out and figure out where to go from here. I can understand what you went through was probably traumatic and difficult, so maybe we all need to decompress.
You should listen to the boss, new guy.
Like you feel like you're being ganged up on a little bit.
Yeah. I'm gonna move a little farther away and just kind of brush him off.
Reggie, do you have any ranks in psychology or anything like that?
Yes.
How many?
Yeah. 1.
Okay. Patch, how many do you have?
I think 2.
All right. Patch, after you kind of heal up for Shrek, for Shrek, you're still kind of getting your legs back from under you, so you don't really pay too much attention to what's going on. And again, you're still flying on fucking Rush, so you're barely listening to anybody anyways.
Oh, it's a cocktail. There's mind numb in there too.
Right.
I'm
So
like, he could point a gun right at me. I'd laugh.
Yeah. Patch, once you get done kind of patching up for Shrek, you see what's going on. You recognize that Click is definitely like going through some shit. And you also probably would recognize with 2 ranks that confronting him about it may not be the ideal strategy. But he certainly should be observed and have an eye kept on him.
Reggie, can you help finish up cleaning for Shrek's wound for a minute? I just need to go check on something.
I'm probably not the right one to do that.
Okay, that's fine.
But
I'll do it.
You go over, Reggie, you go over to Shrek. He is completely healed up. Like, he's totally fine. So you figure, again, based on your knowledge of people, your communication skills, that Patch is just trying to get you out of the situation so he can kind of try his hand at it.
Oh, well, I have no, it's okay.
No,
I have a million in diplomacy, but
this is not a normal person you're reasoning with right now. So, and again, your rank in psychology, you kind of recognize it too, as far as like he is not in a right frame of mind, but you also need to be gentle in regards to the situation. So that's why Patch is kind of trying to tiptoe around it and not, bring anything specifically to attention. You effectively kind of get on the same page without really having to communicate it to each other. So Patch, what do you do?
I'd just be like, are you doing okay? Like, you just went through something pretty bad. Sounds like.
I don't know, Patch. How would you be doing?
Pretty bad. Okay. So I'm gonna put this out to you, like, without the other guys. Do you think we should? You don't think we should go after Jenny?
Absolutely not.
Okay. You're the one.
Have you seen anything do that ever? Control somebody's mind?
I mean, I don't. No, not really. I mean, I think there might be some schools of ebb that can do that, but I haven't really studied them that strongly.
Well, I'm not equipped to handle anything supernatural.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even know where to start.
I mean, you're the expert. I'm gonna take your word for it.
I got enough to deal with that fucking druggie over there.
He did have your best interest, but yeah, he really shouldn't have injected you with anything without your consent.
It's not just that. Don't you think he's a little unstable?
Oh yeah.
Don't you think maybe the drugs have had an effect on his brain?
Probably. I'll keep an eye out on him. And then I just kind of walk away.
All right. So the group of you just kind of is left in in a little bit of a disarray from the experience that happened, but physically, you have recuperated, but it is definitely like now at this point late in the evening, after kind of getting you back, getting you healed up, kind of these interactions, we're definitely into nighttime territory. Probably deciding to take a night to fucking figure it out as far as what your next move is. So this will be a good place to end it. So everybody take your 2 experience points. Does anybody want to nominate somebody for a third?
I think Perry has been. I mean, just his whole reaction to everything has been really good tonight.
Yeah, he deserves the extra XP. He got to go to Silent Hill, so.
Okay, Perry, go ahead, take the extra experience point, and then we'll pick up again next time.
Sweet.
All right, y'all.
Fucking knew it was a dream entity.
That was fun.
Wow.
We need to make some money though. Character hand out. We need to make some money.
I have one thing of rush left. Then things get bad.
I need
I
like
could have
100
headshotted
creds.
Charles Bronson by now.
I need like 100 creds before I can get my badass pistol that I. So.
I mean, Charles Bronson would not turn us against each other. He would just blow us up. Or, I mean, it is Bronson. He might attack us naked with a mustache.
Yeah, all buttered up.
All right.
I just
Also, I gotta remember we don't have to actually try to counsel made up people.
I know. It's just so fucking funny. I didn't even really think about it. It's like
Both of
I'd
us
like
are
to
just.
not have to work an extra.
you don't have to. I understand that is the gut reaction for you both, and I genuinely didn't mean to turn this into a counseling session for either of
You
you.
both took psychology, though.
That is true. You should have made dumber characters, is all I'm saying.
I'm not counseling fucking anybody over here. Not that I'm qualified to, but intimidation is not counseling.
Maybe you two should have headed to the park and let Redcap try and talk to the guy and the kid.
Yeah.
Hey.
I would have just tried to shoot her because that was our job.
Hey, your kid died. What happened?
Tell me more about this.
Was your kid weird before or no?
You got 2 kids. You're fine. You only lost one.
What is this? Our 4th, 5th session now?
6.
6. This is number 6. Yeah.
All right, number 6, and my first wound is friendly fire.
Yeah, I guess you haven't taken any damage before now, huh?
It's a good streak as far as this game's concerned.
Yeah, sure. Considering I already have 1 death.
Anyone else have any points in medicine at all?
Reggie, you don't have any, do you?
No, that wasn't.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. No, nobody else. That was your thing.
Okay. I was gonna be like, I could just hand off my med kit. Get it in someone else's hand, but nobody else can use it because I've got the med kit and I've got the ed med kit.
Hand it to Redcap. Like, you do something with this. I don't know.
Hold this for me.
Here's Band-Aid.
I'll club somebody with it at some point.
Punk.
I'm out of bullets. Med kid to the face.
Well, I didn't realize how effective ebb healing was until we started playing.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
really good, and especially if I can get the flux back with my skill.
Yeah, if you're
It's like true heal.
yeah, if you're an advanced ebb user in terms of higher ranks in heal, you will never need conventional healing, and conventional healing is bullshit compared to ebb healing. It is basically kickstart, it's like ebb healing here, kickstart here, and down fucking here is just medkits and conventional healing. There's no goddamn contest. Kickstart is the second best thing, but even with
That
that,
would be good. Yeah, if I had my med kit on me in the park, it would have fine. No, I left everything back.
You should have just faked a briefcase and just had your shit in there.
I should have thought about that.
All right, we all need briefcases from now on.
Just guns. Just try and jam the fucking body blocker. You got like the wheeled suitcases with you wherever you fucking go.
Well, I mean, yeah, that could have gotten a lot worse.
I thought it went great.
That was literally one of the nicest things my character could do for someone. Stick him with his favorite drug.
Yeah.
Like, shit.
And the unappreciative bastard now is looking at you funny. How dare he?
Fuck you! Those are like 15 credits.
Yeah, it's expensive considering you're not making any money right now.
Yeah, I have one of those. I'm about to DT and puke up 10 pounds.
Oh man, this is so much fun. Every week I go in expecting one thing and something completely different happens. I don't want to say completely different this time, but definitely things I did not expect happen.
Like,
So,
yeah, I have no idea how to even touch things like that. Like, I assume you can't just shoot her.
Special weapons and specially trained guys take care of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like, do we need like ghost bullets? Is it like supernatural?
I mean, in your many training, you probably would have gone through some sort of training, and they're not like invulnerable. They are still physical entities, and they still can be damaged. They are more resistant to damage, but it's not like this is not like an impossible task for you. And operatives would be tasked with dealing with this shit normally. Like it is. This is within your job description. As much as Click insists it's not, and I'm sure he feels like it's not. It is within your job description as operatives to be able to handle things like this.
Oh, okay. So you can hurt them with normal weapons.
You can hurt them.
You kill it.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah, they are
They're
physical beings. They just kind of come from something else. You may not know exactly 100% about that, because it probably wouldn't be told to you. But they are killable. They are hurtable with conventional weapons. They're just more physically resistant, and they are, they're able to do further damaging things to you. So yeah, it's.
Yeah. Okay.
It's you're not like you didn't walk into like an unwinnable scenario here.
All right. They can just fight on a level I don't even know how to yet, but they can be your correct.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll call it a night here. I hope all of you had fun, and I'll see you on the Discord, and then I'll see you right here next week.
Sorry for making you work, Sabrina and Matt.
I'm so sorry. I really did not mean to do that.
Reggie decided to just put his headphones in and listen to 867-5309.
just sitting in the empty, sitting in the room, just trying to zone out and decompress from the day.
I don't know why this song is going through my head, but they start singing.
It gives me a hilarious soundtrack to the image of my mind. Just like just the 309 note as he's like stabbing needle into his chest.
If we're being honest, if we went the route of pretending to be investigating a machine, I probably would have felt at work as well.
Shit. I completely forgot about that idea. It would be great.
I could definitely bullshit my way through that.
I think that's gonna be the title for this one for the YouTube, the 8675309.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna be the title for it.
Case number. Case number.
That's the number on the hunter sheet. I'll just go back and retcon that.
Oh hell yeah.
All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon, and thanks for the good session. I'll see you guys later.
All right, later.
Bye.